This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
All right. What's up, everybody? We're back. That was a little test. I wanted to see if I could do some DJ skills. It worked, I think. Anyway, Open Comms, Friday night. We're back after Thanksgiving. I'm Drayden. We got Rain here. How's it going, Rain?
Good, and I was actually listening. I think it did work pretty well. So mad
Sweet.
props.
Excellent. We got Drunk Canadian, as always. How's it going, man?
Good.
All right. And we got two guests tonight. We got Jintan. You've been here before. How's it going?
Good, thank you.
All right. And LB, how's it going? You were here with us on Vegas, I think, too, right?
Yeah, I was lurking in the background in Vegas.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so we got LB here. How's it going?
Good.
All right. So that was that's the intros. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. If you're American, it was yesterday. Canada, you guys have it on the same day. You guys have it a month early, don't you?
They have it on
October.
October.
It's in
Yeah,
October.
Okay.
And I had a good Thursday.
Yeah, I was
It's
questioning. I
October.
saw a tweet from them saying like Thanksgiving dinner in Iceland. Is there more countries that do that, or are they just?
I wonder if it's for like the Americans, but I know they had their Christmas party recently, so it could have been that as well.
Okay. Anyway. All right. So, Rain, you were gonna bring some. Let's do the Japanese thing.
Yeah, so there's actually a thread out there on the forums, and I'm one of those people who never uses forums, so I got linked to this while streaming. I had a couple people mention this to me in whispers, and they were like, "Yo, Rain, you should really push this." And what it is in essence the Japanese community of Eve, because Eve is supported everywhere except China. China kind of has its own publisher and whatnot. So I'm gonna link it here on com so you guys can put it on the whatchamacallit, the stream. But they're asking for some support from CCP because apparently a lot of the translations for items are outdated. Some things are rather confusing. They mentioned the website was outdated and that some Japanese players, don't even know if Eve is supported with Japanese. So they're just asking for some support. And I read through it last night, and it didn't look like they were asking too much of CCP. They weren't making too many big demands. They were just politely saying, "Hey, can we get some support? Are you guys going to continue to support Eve Online in the Japanese community, or like what's going on?" So I went out and signed the petition. I think that was like my first forum post ever, first time I logged into the forums. And then I tweeted out, and I noticed a lot of other people, English-speaking people primarily, posting on it as well. Because initially it was just a bunch of Japanese players, which is great and all, but obviously, I want people to show support because I know the Australians have been saying that the Japanese share the same time zone, so you always want more people in Australian time zone rather than just EU and NA, and that we just want everyone to be supported.
Yeah, and I remember it was a while back. It was man, I think it was when I was in PNG when we were in the little body shield coalition for the Russians. I believe there was an entire corporation that was like a Japanese corporation, and they were like a smaller group, but they would bring like the vast majority of their corp every time that we had a fight, and they did pretty damn well. So, especially for not being able to, I mean, I don't know if most of them spoke English or not, but I mean, maybe they just learned the commands because like they were able to follow the FC's commands pretty well.
Yeah, and I don't know. I give them props to, especially the way they ask CCP. They're being super, super polite about it, and so.
Yeah, it was a very, very cordial, professional message.
There's an article on Imperium News about the Russian woes with that as well. Very similar.
Oh, so Russians are having the same. That's a little surprising because I figured that was something I figured most of those languages they had covered.
The issue with Russians is more that obviously Cyrillic and Russian in general just doesn't line up with English perfectly, so you get a lot of artistic license when it comes to translation, and a lot of Russian players feel that too much artistic license is being taken with the translation.
Yeah.
You have a link to that, Jeremy, on Imperium News?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Was it? I put the Dotland one up there. What's that Dotland thing?
That's MTAC-O.
Yeah.
The iHub's reinforcement.
Oh.
Yeah.
They still living, boys. Still living.
Still holding on.
Now is that's CO2's last? That's their last thing they got.
Yeah, so I think actually Jeremy knows more about this. You were saying you heard they jumped their supers and all that stuff out already?
Yeah, all their big stuff's evac'd on and in. Actually, the boat's got something on Imperium about that as well. Let me get you a link for that too. But they've evac'd all their big stuff out to Onanen, and which raises the question of how are they going to defend the Keepstar if all their supers are out.
Now, you and I had like an offline conversation about that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's smart that they jump that stuff out because, I mean, if a big force comes and they can't actually hold it, then they don't have to worry about evacing. But if it's something that they can actually fight, then they're one jump away to come back in and defend it, right?
Sorry, E-Rock said artistic license according to the Russians. It's nonsense.
No, I think we should show support for these like communities. Like obviously, like a lot of people just assume like Eve is an English game, but it's obviously not since we have so many like Europeans of different languages. So I think we should show support to especially the Russians and the Japanese. I think recently I've been talking to some Russians. Like I always end up in their space, and they're always super friendly. Like I think they're terrified that because they're ratting, and I just show up in an explorer ship. But they've always been super friendly to me. And then I know back with Anime Masters with Stunt, I think we joined a corp alliance. Like he pretended that we were all Japanese, and like none of us spoke in alliance chat. But he like did broken Japanese to try and get in. But it was always like fun.
I can never get the Russians to talk to me. Like, so I don't know what you're doing, but
so it's a very special tactic. So I normally never use this tactic, but it's called being a girl on the internet. And Russians, so like normally I'm always like whatever. I'll just type to them. You know, I won't link them my stream. I won't do whatever. But with the Russians, I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna murder me. I have to prove that they shouldn't murder me. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta be a girl on the internet. So I reluctantly like link them my stream, or like I'll use comms, and they're always super nice.
All right, so there was a couple things. So we could do. We might as well get on the MTAC-O. Was there more on the MTAC-O? Like, do we know when the reinforced timers are coming out? Because
that's a good question. Is that the? Oh.
And while we're doing that, I'm gonna.
Here's the article on it on Imperium News. Jeremy linked it.
Okay, I'll link that, and then I'm gonna go grab some Tito's because I think we'll probably just be doing shots every 15 minutes. That's the plan. Our plan is to kill Jintan, because I don't know how long he'll last at that rate, but we'll get him there.
About 45 minutes, mate.
I just got poked by Araya saying that Twitch chat is disabled.
That's not great. How can we live without the intelligent discussion provided by Twitch chat?
Oh, I pressed X. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, maybe it's just.
Are they banned?
No, he says it's working now. I don't know. Must have just been like a live thing.
But I mean, if we had more on that, but I was gonna bring up some of the stuff with the alpha because that was something I found out over the. I've been doing a lot of my alpha play in the last few days, and I've come across a few things that were kind of crappy.
We can always save the CO2 thing to like later when we're kind of a little more fired up about it.
Yeah, we can get a little speculative, some drunk speculation on it. Okay, so one thing I noticed, I'm sure other people have noticed it already, obviously, because people have figured it out. Is like for the alphas, when you go to like the trade hub for whatever race, obviously alphas can't use the Tech 2 weapons, so they're always wanting to use the meta weapons, which normally there's plenty of. But with this mass influx of all these new players, and that's the best guns they can get, like the better meta ones, the market is pretty much, it's not empty, but it's been bought up so much that the price has shot up big time on these guns. So, like, trying to think what they were. It's like the modulated pulse.
Modulated beam.
No, not the beams. Well, I mean, I'm sure like any of the beams
They're the
too.
same.
But
It's the same.
yeah. I mean, the what's the meta one that's like the pulse, the better of the pulse lasers, like the higher range, higher damage, slower cycle speed, but like the best meta one of those. It's like the something modulated pulse laser beam. Anyway, not the dual. Maybe it was the dual. I don't know. But so that those guns used to be like about 350 to 400,000 a piece. Now they're like 850,000 in a MAR. And I'm sure that you're seeing the same things with like blasters and Dodixie and autocannons and Rens and stuff like that. So yeah, Blasphemy is saying metaphor market, best market right now. That is a way to make some serious money. Like just go pick up guns from one of the other trade hubs, because I'm sure pulse lasers aren't going to be that expensive in Dodixie or Rens or probably even Jita, but down in Amar they will. So if you just take them to their respective race regions and put them on the market hub, you'll make a bunch of money. The downside of that is all these alpha players aren't going to have enough money to buy these guns, because I was looking at it, I was like, man, I got like 5 million. That's a shit ton of money for me. I could go fit up like 4 or 5 ships, and I was like looking to go fit up a coercer, and I couldn't even afford to fit one coercer with those guns. So
It's the same with a lot of other modules, because obviously alphas don't have great fitting skills. So
Right.
I remember trying to like make a Tristan fit, and it was like a basic, super like Nubro friendly Tristan fit, and like one of the mods cost 5 mil. I think it was like a damage control or like the meta shield. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like that is outrageous. So I had to like fix it, and instead I had the dude who wanted it. Had him buy an implant instead. So that's also an option to consider, because the implants, like the Tech 1, Tech 2 ones, or the level 1, level 2 ones, are super, super cheap.
yeah,
Now,
well,
how
I mean,
far can an alpha clone train into fitting skills? Can they max it out?
the funny thing is, like, what's actually cool is like, you know, the CPU upgrades and the
Yeah.
power grid upgrades. Those are at level 4, but that's as far as like you can only train them to 4. So those are maxed out when you start. And that's
Oh.
even without the bonus 250,000 XP that you get if you do like a buddy referral, because I missed out on that. So those are maxed out. Some of the other ones, basically level 4 is about as high as you can go on most skills. I think like there's a few, like drones you can get to 5, so you can actually use 5 drones if your ship can support that bandwidth. But other than a few skills like that, most of them you can only go up to 4. So the thing is, like, being that you can't use Tech 2, you know, like weapons in most modules like that, you're probably not going to have that many fitting troubles, because you don't have to worry about fitting Tech 2 guns. And if you're going to be fitting the best stuff you got, you're going to be fitting meta stuff, which is going to be lower fittings anyway.
Yeah, regarding meta weapons specifically, I'm pretty sure that will change if and when CCP does decide to bring the kind of tier side that they did with modules to guns. I know that's been like talked about for months.
I feel like, didn't they already do like the tier side? Because it used to just be meta 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the higher you went on the meta scale, the better the gun was. But now it's not necessarily. Oh, I thought
it's only not that for missile launchers.
Oh, I thought they changed it around to where like when they renamed them, because they didn't just call them meta level 4. Now you can't see like the meta level anymore. I don't think, but I thought they like changed it to where like maybe one will have higher damage, but it'll have a higher cycle rate, and one will have better like tracking or something. I mean, that would make better sense.
Yeah. I think that's their plan, but I didn't think that was in. I'm like 90% sure that's not in the game right now.
No.
Like
Well,
95%.
maybe in a patch. I don't know. But we're at the 15-minute mark. We're gonna pour up some shots.
Oh, have you seen my shot glass?
I saw the tweet of it. It's like a gun, isn't it? You got a Texas shot glass.
It's a Texas shot glass that I got from my lovely trip to Dallas, Texas, where I found that I'm actually just a redneck trapped in a British man's body. And it says, we don't call 911. Sorry, 911.
That was you have to be very careful of 911 versus 911.
Yeah. Well, Erox is saying
It's
that
early in the morning, alright?
Erox is saying that we're entitled. He says my Alpha Tristan is boss, Shit fitting skills, but damn it kills everything. I'm not. Well, I don't know. Maybe I have a title. I'm just saying it kind of sucks that.
You missed the most important part of that whole sentence. Kills everything PvE.
Oh, well. Either way.
That changes
Yeah.
that. statement
Yeah,
a
but
lot.
I'm just saying, like, I like to have the best stuff, but the best stuff's too expensive. So it's like now I got to go with like really bad stuff. But I do have to say, I could just go and send a billion ISK from my main guy over to my alpha and get anything I want, but I'm not doing that. I've been refraining, and it's hard, but I've been doing it
Why?
because I gotta struggle.
You want to really.
I gotta
experience
embrace
new
the
brawl.
poverty. That's what I gotta do. But anyway, we're gonna do shots.
In lieu of the shots, I'm just taking drinks with my
There you
beer.
go. All right, 3, 2, 1, shots.
Shots 2.
So speaking of T1 and Alpha Clones, TNT's holding a T1 frigate tournament next weekend.
Oh, right.
When and where?
It's Saturday.
Pimp it out.
And I'm not telling you where.
Well, when on Saturday and then wait.
I
So
think-
are we
I
not
think
allowed
you-
to join?
I think she
Is that
means the
open?
site.
TNT open or TNT only for this one. But I'm
Okay.
streaming the whole thing.
Damn.
Do we need more commentators, Paul?
We might actually, because we're doing like a Sports Center sort of panel of people to judge, or like not judge, but commentate on the fights.
I can be
Got
the.
someone to like literally just call everyone shit.
Yeah,
That hit me up.
One guy like, that guy's shit. This guy's shit.
Well, what kind of is it? Like a 1v1 tournament? Is it teams?
Yeah, it's a
is it
1v1. It's a 1v1 frigate double elimination tournament. There's 28 people in it, so it should be a good time.
And have you guys worked with CCP to maybe try and prevent like people coming to gank or?
It's Fortress Delve. No one's coming.
No one's going in there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I was in Delve last night. I made my way to Bastion's home capital system. I was exploring, and then I found like a Rorqual and a Nid and a Nice Belt, and I was just like talking to them in local. And they were super friendly and everything. But I think I spooked them because initially they were like, "What the fuck? Neutral on scan, warp away!" And I was like, "No, it is me. I am friendly."
Yo,
No, I
Rockles,
mean-
though.
The thing is, with that many people online and stuff, if one or two newts come in that try to fuck with it, it's just okay. Everybody undock, and then we clear it off,
Yeah.
and then continue with the tournament.
You guys, you'll have to stream the clearing though.
Yeah,
Did
like,
you said you were
take
doing
a
on your
short break.
stream, so let me.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I'm not gonna bother TMC to like take people's slots to stream it. I'll just stream it on my own channel.
All right, so well, you gotta pump it up more than that. Like you're doing the whole ESPN thing, like.
Like, what time is it going to be at? What's your
Yeah.
personal channel?
It's gonna be 1600 Eve time on Saturday on my channel. Which, if you go to, I'll just link it. Fuck.
I was gonna say, what is that in the Westworld time? Because I don't.
So that's like 10 o'clock my
It's
time, so
11
it'll be 8 o'clock.
EST.
11
Okay.
EST.
Yeah, put a link to your channel in the chat. And so, how long is this gonna run? This is gonna be.
Well, I don't know how long actually, because this will be the first one that I've run, so I'm not really sure. Like, I mean, it's 1v1 frigates, so it shouldn't take that long.
Are you guys just
But again,
going
there's
till the
28.
death, or are you gonna be? I mean, I would
Yeah.
assume if it's just a 1v1, you're not gonna have a whole lot of like kiting around and like time limit stuff.
No, and there's no boundaries or anything. Like, people are just gonna chase each other
So it's
until
just-
somebody dies.
All right. If they run away, then if they just warp off somewhere, then they're dead, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
in the
then you
rules,
lose.
there's no warping off. So if you do warp off, you're
Are-
disqualified. And
Yeah. Are you also setting like you're not gonna like allow people to use like bookmark warping like on grid and stuff like that? Just it's all.
yep, like so, it's the way it's gonna go down is I'm gonna create it, or somebody that's helping me is gonna create a bookmark, and then it'll be given to the next two participants, and they'll warp to that at whatever range they want, and that's it for warping. Once you're there, you can't warp anymore.
Gray wants to know where you're from. He's from Canada.
That is a fact.
So that's.
No, it looks like it's gonna be a good time. Yeah, definitely looking for some commentators.
It sounds good.
I can go and be the token blonde woman in every like sports channel. There's only one.
But we're wearing suits, like we're sports centering it up.
So it's gonna be you and LB as commentators, right? And that's the
Yeah,
two?
he's actually gonna come over to my house because we live in the same town.
Oh, shit.
And he's competing in it too. So at one point he's not gonna commentate, and he's gonna use my computer to do his match.
You'll just
Oh,
hear
man.
me raging in the back.
Is it going to be like Reload in like the first weekend of Eve
Yeah.
MP, where
Yeah.
he was being the Logi pilot for Lumpy, but actually commentating on like matches in between that. It was
So
really
I'm
dumb.
not actually in the tournament because I organized it, so I left myself out because of conflict of interest.
Wise decision.
Yeah. No, it looks promising. It looks like it's gonna be fun. So some good prizes. I think first prize is like 500 mil on a rattlesnake BPC. For me, a price of a T1 frigate, that's a pretty good prize for first place, and it's top 3.
I mean, I found that people will literally just go into tournaments without any like reason to do it. People just love tournaments. People love just getting to say they're the best at something.
Yeah, the prizes help get people in though.
True.
Alright, what was the other thing that was going on? Eve Down Under is happening right now?
Right now, I
Right
think they're
now?
actually streaming it right now. If you want to
Oh,
link
no.
a
Don't.
competitor
What's
stream.
happening?
Rain, what are you doing? You don't when you're Fox
Go
News, you
watch
don't send
Eve
people
Down
to
Under.
NBC.
Official.
No,
You know the CCP's channel. They're actually hosting. it.
Yeah, yeah.
No, like, yeah, I know. I think they had like a lunch break, and I know they're not going too far. But Antiquarian's talking right now, and like, I remember I watched Karker's panel, and she was talking about like all the numbers from the new player experience in Ascension, and then they had Q&A, and everyone asked her all the really complicated questions and shit, and she's like, "Yo, I don't know. Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that."
Kaka is great though. She is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's one of the most involved devs in the CSM, so we know a lot about her. Great.
So
person.
I thought it was Guard and Logibro doing the CSM stuff.
Oh no, they're the coordinators. They're the people who you deal most with. But Kaka is one of the people who will like actively come and seek us out and pitch ideas to us constantly. She's very interested in like the community's feedback in that sort of sense.
Karker's good. Antiquarian does the tournament stuff. Karker does a lot of like, she does the multi-fitting, or not, yeah, she did multi-fit,
Ghost bit.
ghost fitting, yeah, so she talked a bit about that.
The
She also did the. Oh no, that was Logi Bro who did the tool on the tournament server. But yeah, she does a lot of quality life little things, and you know that perfectly nestles with the the need to talk to the player base or representatives of them. It's great.
now with the ghost fitting thing, when that came out of the Ascension, we never really talked about that much. The ghost fitting thing is actually really cool. There was a couple things I came across, and I don't know if maybe I just wasn't paying attention or maybe I just did it fucking wrong. But I could have swore that there were things I was fitting on my ship in the ghost fit, and then when I put them on my actual ship, some of the values were different.
How's that thing work? Like if you fit it up on the ghost thing and you like it, you can just hit a button and it'll fit it to your.
Well, you can do various things. So
Save
you,
it.
you do
Save
the
it, buy it all.
yeah, you do the
Oh,
ghost
okay,
fit.
yeah.
And you can basically go on the thing. Now, I liked some of you can get the filters where you can filter out, like, I only want to see things that I have the skills for or that, can go on this type of ship. So it's not going to show you rockets for something that has turret hard points.
As long as you hit the use my skills button, it will be
Right.
perfect
And
a representation of your TQ ability.
maybe I didn't have that set. I don't know. I could have swore I did.
Such a bad alpha.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know how to play this game or something, which is... I actually don't know how to play this game.
But to be fair, it's something that I've found that people who are... one second. I've got that feeling like, you're going to sneeze, but I'm not sneezing. Oh god, that was awful.
Well-
Yeah, I find that alphas, like, they seem to have a way better understanding of the ghost fitting tool than I do, because I'm just used to Python, and it doesn't work any way like Python.
Yeah.
So they're all like just fucking whizzing through it, and I'm like, I don't know what any of these fucking buttons do.
Well, it was it almost seems self-explanatory to me in the fact that it's almost just like fitting up a ship, except it's like it's kind of nice because it's like looking through the market on the right side and then fitting up the ship right there. But the one thing that kind of threw me off was when you get it all fit up, you can save the fit. So if you I want to have this fit, you can just like tinker around with fits and then save it for later. And then you can just fit the ship, but you can also do the auto buy or the multi buy thing. It's some little, that took me a while to find. It's like a little, tiny button on the bottom right of the whole window, but when you do that, the only thing is like when it brings up the auto buy, and maybe it's just because auto buy is not a new feature necessarily. That's been around for a while, the auto buy and the multi buy and multi sell. But I've never really used those because I've used the multi sell when I go sell stuff in Jita, but I've never used the multi buy because I was afraid of it because it was different than what I'm used to. But it's like because you bring up all this stuff, it's like okay, there's the prices for it, but it's like, where are these coming from? Is this the lowest price in this station, or is it going to come from some other station in the system?
It's
is it going to
immediate
be?
buy.
Because when
That's
you
not-
just
Why are you afraid of multi-buy? That thing's a lifesaver.
because I don't like
Until you
chains.
accidentally buy like 40 wolves, and you didn't mean to.
You do
You
that
imply
once.
that that's a bad thing.
Well, I have a lot
I
of
wake
wolves
up to
right now.
just so many poor decisions in frigates, like occasionally. I'll just like look at my jitter and it's just like, why the fuck do I have like 20 incursuses and what's the Galante exploration
Navitas.
ship?
Amicus.
Yeah, the
Imicus,
Imicus.
yeah.
I once realized that I had like 50 fit Imicuses in jitter, and I have no idea why.
Shrifty's like, where's Dirk? This is so serious. Hey, that's because we've only had one shot so far, but we're gonna be taking one here and another one soon. Yeah,
God.
Dirk has no internet. He is in the black hole of the 1950s. Before
What?
the internet was, they didn't know what the internet was.
He
But
said
anyway,
he might be trying to
It's
make
like
it
just
home.
an odd frame of reference.
yeah, I was trying to think of something. I couldn't. But yeah, no. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go 3 minutes early because we went 3 minutes late last time. Jinton, get your shot ready. Like everyone, get your shots ready. But I'm focused on getting Jinton drunk and then seeing where we can get him.
Why?
Because this is the open comm
Leak
show.
all the secrets.
When someone comes in the open comm show and says, "Hey, I don't have that much of a tolerance," then you just like instantly set a precedence for us to like get you as drunk as possible.
This is like every Eve meet for me. It's just people come up to me and try and get me wasted out of my mind. I finally went to an Eve meet in Amsterdam, and it's the first one I haven't thrown up at.
Oh, nice.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, you poor soul. I don't think I've thrown up any meat.
I have.
I've definitely like kind of blacked out at one or maybe two.
What?
I actually haven't like knowledgeably,
remember.
but the year that I got taken to the hospital, apparently they had a bag like over my face and I was puking into it when they were like wheeling me out of the place.
That just means you had a good time. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, no, I didn't. Next month? No, not next month. The month after next month, that bill is fully paid.
Wait, from like Las Vegas? Like not the one that just went by, but the one before that?
No, the one before that. 2
Like
years
3
ago.
years ago.
This is Vegas 3 years ago. Yeah, the third Vegas ago was. I'm still paying for it.
You're still paying for that.
Yeah, that's. Hey,
It's out of control.
that's.
That's why you do a
Move,
credit
move
card.
to
and-
Canada, Drayden. No,
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have free healthcare in your country.
That's what happens when you're still living in the dark ages, boy.
Yeah.
That's why Dirk's fucked. He went back to the 1800s. He fell in a hole. He woke up in fucking like. He woke up in the fucking Wild West.
Yeah. All right. It's on the mark. Let's do some shots. Everyone ready? 3, 2, 1, shots.
Shots. Can I give a shout out?
No.
Maybe.
So
Depends who it is.
my mother tried Eve on Monday.
Oh yeah.
To my
That's
mother. No, it was Sunday. Maybe it was Sunday. So she started playing Eve, got stuck in the tutorial because she died before she should have, like in the Hive mission. She died to all the rats. And it took her like 2 days before she was finally able to get through it. And then she was mining. And the whole time I would just get really stupid, like to an experienced Eve player, they were stupid texts of like, she thought like, anomalies in the distance, how they have like a red square, like a sideways
Yep.
diamond thing. She was like, do I fly towards this? And I'm like, no, Mom. No, that's not what you fly towards.
I like how you described a red square as a sideways diamond.
But like, I was gonna
When
say,
did it be a red diamond?
yeah, I was thinking, oh, it's a sideways square. Oh, that's a diamond. So I combined the words.
Oh. Shout out
Jeremy,
to
where'd
Ray's
you get
mom.
Tito's from?
At the LCBO, my friend.
They actually have that there.
Yeah, buddy.
I've looked for it. No, I'm a liar.
Yeah, you gotta get some Tito's, man. Have you never had Tito's in your life?
I don't drink vodka, period.
All right, we're hanging up on Paul Sullivan right now.
That's later, guys.
Oh,
Been real.
is Tito's a vodka? I kind of assumed it was like some sort of like weird Mexican drink because I've never
No.
seen it before in my life, and I only listened to the audio version. So I like assumed it was some sort of like mad tequila type thing. And you
No,
guys
no,
were just getting,
no.
like,
It's
Comes out
now,
of a
super
jug,
hammered.
like a rusty jug.
no. It
I have
comes
I
in a
have vodka
glass label.
downstairs. I can actually join in. It's
No.
not
Now I
Tito.
have a little story with Tito's. Now this comes from my local liquor store retail, like just what do you call him, cashier guy. So I don't know how true this is. I never looked it up, but apparently he was saying the guy Tito, like or something Tito, I don't know. His idea was to make a whiskey because it's like a corn vodka is what he told me. I haven't looked it up, but he said it was a
Go
corn
on.
vodka and he was gonna make a whiskey, but vodka ferments faster than whiskey, so like what he was doing was he was gonna make a vodka out of it while he was waiting for the whiskey to finish, and then people tasted it and they really liked it and they told him just do the vodka instead. So that's what the guy told me. I haven't researched it. It could just be a bunch of bullshit. But if that's true, that's kind of cool that they made something like that on an accident. Someone should actually go.
What's the alcohol that they? Nah, never mind.
No, I was gonna say someone should check that out and see if it's actually true or not. I don't know.
Effort. I gotta open up Google. And
Yeah,
search things.
Well, shit,
like-
I got like 10 windows open. I can't do it.
I have all the windows open, but I do have to go check and put another log on my fire. So I'll be right back.
Wow, that's impressively Canadian.
don't
Wait,
melt anything.
It saves me money.
It is a lot
You're gonna
cheaper
go
to just-
fight a moose on the way out.
No, Canada is like 99.5% forest. That's not a real number, but
It's pretty accurate though.
yeah. I mean, it's like there is no deforestation out there. Well, I mean, industrial, but I mean, like, you could pretty much just go outside, chop a tree down, and you got firewood for a few days. Oh shit, Astronaut's here. What's up, Ash?
Yo, it's the Astronaut.
I'm almost tempted to like bring Astronaut on and ask him about it because the new we were talking about the new player experience missions the other week, I think, but
Didn't Astarothi sort of like make an exit from TMC a while back after the casino
he
thing?
did actually. You're right. I don't know if he would come on.
It wasn't
I'm just
just
saying,
a
like,
casino thing.
maybe don't put him in that position. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I got it. But yeah, no. I'm wondering if they fixed any of the bugs. Has anyone found? Because with the bugs of doing things too early, like skipping the tutorial dialogue and doing things too early, you could lock yourself out, and it would bug itself up. And you could go back and eventually fix it if you retraced your steps back. But like, it's kind of like for an experienced player, it's like, oh well, okay, if I have to do that, I'm sure I have to go back and do this. And maybe not even for an experienced player, maybe just for someone who kind of understands like not how to code, but how coding can kind of work, like how it's a top-down thing, and if you skip a step, you know you have to go back to that before it can continue.
I know a lot of resources are being like focused on the MP right now, like in terms of iteration. So I'd like to think that that'll be fixed pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah, and that's what I was
Astarothi
hoping.
says that 80% of those bugs got fixed, but they're still totally there.
Someone's saying reset button is so nice. Did they add a reset button so you can just like kind of reset the?
Yeah. They had one like, so if you fuck up or whatever, you just click it and it kind of like resets the mission.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
shit.
we
That's
have
pretty
Dirk
awesome.
McGurk.
Derek McGurk just
The
showed
house?
up. What the fuck's up?
Oh shit!
Oh my god! I actually thought I had a night off, and the worst part about it was I ran back when I heard my internet was back up.
Oh my god.
Oh,
you
my
fucking
I was
nerd.
out.
You're like,
I'm
I gotta get back.
I'm literally fucking 3 Yingling pints deep. Yeah. So.
Oh, we're gonna make you do the shots to catch up then.
You have two
Well-
shots.
Yeah, I have not done a freaking shot yet. That is for sure. But oh my god.
If you're gonna get on Skype, I think I have a 6-cam thing. I might have to tweak it around, but we can do that if you want to jump on Skype.
I'm sitting here, dude. So whatever.
Jump on
But
there,
yeah.
man. We'll get it on there.
Fucking internet. It's like, you know, 4 o'clock this afternoon. I go and like, you know, just kind of like, you know, go to chill out. Hold on, let me click this.
Shit's gonna get weird on the cams.
Yeah. No, I can get it fixed pretty quick.
I go to just like chill out. I'm watching some like crazy ass freaking like Rise from the Dead shit from Australia, and like 15 20 minutes into it, all of a sudden my Netflix goes out, and I'm like, what the fuck, and like boom, my entire internet, cable TV, the whole fucking shebang was down. I'm like, really on Friday, this is what you're gonna do to me? Fucking Black Friday.
Oh dear God, Drayden. I thought you would just add like another window capture. You like a
No,
whole
I
new
have a
setup.
6-cam thing, and I thought it was all set to where like when there's 5 other cameras on Skype, it like already had them captured. I just have to move names around. Don't worry, I'll get it fixed, because if it's not set up right, then I need to fix it anyway for this setup. So
Because now we have Blast
Yo.
from the Hell.
just
the
just
McClanes,
just hold
Rain
tight.
Rocket X.
Listen to the sweet soothing voice of everyone on here while I fix it.
I hope you have like a mad top of the head fetish, because if you do, this is gonna be your stream.
Like a
That is
Sutonia.
the sexiest.
No,
part of
no,
the
I
person
got
is
Rain's
that
chin
last
and
2
no, I
inches
got
of the
Rain's
head.
chin on one and Rain's forehead on the other. I got Paul Sullivan's.
Everybody's had
My best
Rain's chin
features.
before.
Yeah, I got Paul
Jesus.
Sullivan's sweet breasts,
You
and
got my shirt and a bit of my arm.
yep.
We're trying to steal those Sutonia viewers by only showing foreheads.
That's a
So
five head. Come on.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
We talked about all the serious stuff apparently, so
Japanese
all
stuff.
all we have left to talk about is just the funny bullshit.
No, so you
Just go.
regarding
We
the
talked about
Japanese
Alpha
stuff.
Clones.
I missed the
We talked
Japanese
about-
stuff, which I thought was kind of
Yeah, we did talk about Japanese thing.
Let me just toss this in there related to that Japanese thing, which I think is important, because one would think that the Japanese gamer market is actually kind of significant enough that they should be that they should be, well, especially since they've taken the time to build the localization for that market to begin with. The fact that they've let it slip is one of two things: either one, they're really bad, or two, it's never really blossomed into what they thought it was going to. So there might be a reason that is legitimate why they're letting that go, because maybe there's another more profitable market out there. Don't know. I mean, it's like you don't want to see any segment of the community kind of like lose its localization, especially when you're talking about something like Japan, where it's probably not the easiest market in the world to create that localization to begin with. But I don't know.
I mean, I've got to say that the irony of the Japanese having problems with localizing a Western game, considering what we have to go through to play their games, is pretty funny, to me at least.
I think maybe that kind of speaks to how difficult, or why it is so difficult for English players to play Japanese games, and then vice versa.
So different
I think-
things you missed.
Yeah.
We did Alpha Clones, the Russians, and the Japanese thing, the TNT frigate tournament.
What was the Russian thing?
Oh, there was
Russians
an article
They have
the
on,
same thing as the
uh,
Japanese.
Matani News or Imperium News.
Fuck was
Basically
that?
same
I was
thing.
out there today.
Well, you got to read more. You know what I mean? Anyway, TNT tournament, and then we kind of touched on the MTAC thing, but we decided we'd save it till when we've had a bit more to drink.
The TNT tournament, is that like a real thing? Is that where like
Yeah, it's next weekend.
Is that where like the Alliance tournament team from TNT takes on all comers or something?
No, it's TNT only 1v1 frigate tournament. It's going to be broadcast on my Twitch channel next Saturday at what time did I say? 1600 Eve time, so 11 Eastern Standard Time.
Why didn't you do it like on EVNT? EVNT probably would have been happy to have that.
I haven't talked to anybody.
They
so
have
I
all
just
kinds
figured
of
I'd do
shit
it on my.
tournaments. on
So,
there.
if you want to do it on EVNT, you definitely can. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah. I mean, we could just call it EVNT trash.
Oh,
Trash and trash. Terrible and trash TNT tournament.
Hey now.
Anyways, all right, yeah, I am gonna throw a shot back here. Here's all y'all for I don't know.
oh
Like,
shit!
hold
Hold on,
down
I'm not
for it.
pre-forward. I'm
Sure, you know what I'm
slacking.
doing, man. I was just
No.
fucking doing like it's for you too. Yeah, I couldn't even bring myself. And the worst part was, it was like I was out at my local shit kicker bar. I was just looking to kind of fucking hang out. I thought they'd be like, those monkeys who come in and they're all tired from Thursday and whatnot, and they just want like a chance to get out on Friday. And it was fucking dead. It was dead. And then my daughter, like, she's like, "Hey, guess what? Internet's back." And I'm like, "Really?" Yeah, honey. Thanks for coming out. We're going home.
I'm gonna
It's fucking
drink with my
addiction.
internet spaceship friends. They're way more
Exactly.
interesting.
Exactly. You know what? And I'm driving home thinking, number one, I really got to pee. And number two, holy shit, I can't believe I'm fucking running home because my internet's back and I can like be on the show tonight.
Well, how long have you been doing this show?
I'm a sad boy.
Wait, you ran home and you're not
5
even out
years.
of breath?
Well,
He
I
ran
mean, I
home in
fucking
his
run
car.
out, man.
It's kind of a
I'm a
routine.
goddamn
Not like-
American. I have a car.
He's not got
Oh.
a fucking Freddie Flintstone's car. He's not
He's
like
not-
literally running it home.
He's not as sweaty as he should be if you ran home.
No,
I was gonna say, if I ran 30 feet, I'd be like dead.
I am rolling my black at the local shit kicker bar hoodie though. So my Jax Teller fucking hoodie. So what else we got on the agenda? Have we talked about CO2 again this week?
A little bit.
Yeah,
We
well,
talked
we
about
kinda
they're on their
touched
last leg.
Yeah, we
You know
covered
what?
that they jumped out a bunch of their supers and stuff like that, and they're kind of evacing.
Yeah.
Reinforced.
And where they kind of jump them out to is a little bit interesting from the standpoint of
Onanen?
okay, so it's out to the trade network, right? It's out to the Keepstar and Onanen at the it's part of the trade network, and I was kind of trying to reach out to some people from that the other day about whether or not that creates an issue for them. Oddly enough, okay, just a little fucking inside here, is that several of these things are owned by PL relative people. Okay, not people who I believe would lock them out or anything like that, but it means that the chances of PL NC Dot attacking something like that are much lower, right? Because they're owned by friendlies in a way, and they're trying to keep those things neutral for what it is they're there for. But it does create, if this trade network were to expand on a larger basis, okay, if you were to have these things out there, which to be quite honest, they're good for the game to have these things out there. If you want to park your super while you take a break or something like that, if you want to if you're looking to maybe go alpha
Superluminal
or
just
whatever.
followed.
Thanks, Superluminal.
If you're looking to go alpha or something, and just want to park your super or whatever the hell it is, these are good things to have. Let alone the whole idea of the trade network. But if people are using it as a base of operations or a staging area, does that call what it is you're doing into question in some way? Do you become the Switzerland that allows Nazi Germany to hold up in your
Easy.
well,
Did you just compare
or whoever it
CO2
is,
to the
whatever.
Nobody's
From
Hitler in this
Nazis.
situation.
Literally
Come on.
nobody is Hitler except Hitler.
Like,
it,
at least
it
pulling
does.
something from the 1300s, so A, it's obscure, so you look like a fucking smart person, and B, no one's implying that you're invoking Godwins.
Well, no, but number one, nobody is Hitler, and B, we do have to ask about these things in Eve because somebody out there, depending on where on the map this trade network extends to, right, may sit there and say, wait a second, I cannot allow my enemies to hide out in a Keepstar that is part of this trade network without that trade network basically being kind of a neutral party to my enemy. Neutral to me, neutral to my enemy, but if my enemy is based out of their network, then they're no longer neutral to me.
But isn't the deal with those trade network, what are they called? Citadels? Are they not? No, nobody's supposed to be in those using them as stagings, right? Isn't that kind of
Well,
a
nobody
standing
isn't
rule on?
until they land all their fucking supers on it with a single Sino and dock the fuck up.
Oh my god. You know what I did? You know why? Hold on. Oh! Never mind. I was about to just sit down and be like, we're good, boys. We did it. And then I realized...
Success, and then you found out no.
No, I found out. I
I'm
was
on
like,
there
everything's
twice.
all adjusted. Everything's great. We're doing good.
There's two
And then
of
I
me.
just looked and we got 2 drunk Canadians and no Dirk on the screen.
Wait, okay.
Well, no, there's some
It-
Dirk McGurk
That's
name.
exactly what it takes, though. It takes 2 drunk Canadians to equal 1 Dirk
Well,
McGurk.
I saw someone even say we got 2 DCs, and I was like, oh, I figured that was just because one of the other captures was partially covering DC. No, I literally put drunk Canadian and no Dirk anywhere.
It's funny because our viewership's been going up since that happened.
Well, that's because
Exactly.
I'm teasing him.
2
Now
drunk
Dirk's
Canadians
name is out
and
there.
viewers.
To be honest.
So
That'd
can
be
we
pretty
talk
fun.
about Asherathi's link? So I was talking to you guys earlier about
Asterothi
the
linked something?
Well,
yeah,
linked it to
well,
me and then
drunk,
I
drunk
linked it.
Canadian did, yeah. So it's the new ship skin. So there's a bunch of clothing. There's some Defender stuff. Who the
I
fuck
got a ship
cares?
skin the other day.
Scroll down and there's the new ship skins, and they look so cute, and they're multiracial, so they don't only go to one race, Amar, and then everyone can use
Multiracial, so
them.
they're all colors, or?
No, so like all the ships can use them. Different races
Oh,
of ships can
gotcha.
use them, and they look
How cute are they?
so cute. Like they're like blue and white, snowy, like patterned. Like if you think of like
Aw.
if Finland had camo or Russia had camo, it's like
I just
that.
had to fight so hard.
Russia
to not make a
does have
sausage party
camo.
quote.
It looks like that.
Russia's not that poor where they don't have camo.
No, I mean it looks like winter camo is what I'm saying. Dirk, please.
It's not winter. That's fucking naval.
There you go, Jeremy. Check the,
Winter camo
camo
is like the
chat.
easiest camo of all. It's just fucking white. I mean,
No, you
Yeah,
gotta have
Half
the
white, half
the blue and the
sludge.
black, and
It
you gotta
looks
have like
so
little sticks.
cool.
Here's how you do winter camo.
Why
you
is
pretend
Rain
you're
marked Canadian
you pretend
now?
you're a Klansman and you just
Oh,
cover
there we go,
yourself
it's
in
changing.
sheets and you walk out into the snow. You're
No,
done.
because if you're just pure white, that actually stands out because you got like little branches and twigs and roots. And
it's still
stuff
way
sticking up.
better than like freaking tiger stripes or some shit out there. But I mean, it's like winter camo and like I'm a ninja. Those are the two easiest camos ever, right? Just pure white and fucking black. Unless you're American Ninja, and then you're like a white ninja outfit. But you guys are too young to remember American Ninja.
Yeah.
I think
Speaking
I
of
do
black
remember
and
that
white
movie.
things,
Those are the little
like-
kids.
No,
Did
it
you guys
wasn't
know
little
in
kids.
Canada?
Oh,
we
what's
have
the Kid
White
Ninja movie
Saturday?
that was awful?
White
You got-
Saturday.
White.
It's
you guys
after
have
Black
White Saturday?
Friday. It's
What
White
do you do?
Saturday.
Get the fuck out of here! Really?
Yeah, it's the.
Is
the
that like a
Black Friday
nationalist
deals
day in
just
Canada?
keep going, and they've called it White Saturday. I'm surprised there wasn't like protests.
Do you guys know why they call it? Never mind.
Black Friday.
What? Why they call it Black Friday? Yes, we do. It's an it's
It's
a
an
finance
accounting
term.
joke, but I was trying to think of like a really racist way to like kind of go back to ancient America, where it's like you like sold slaves on sale or something to like really offend
So like
people.
ancient America, you mean like 100
So
and,
did-
like
200
47
years
years
ago?
ago?
Did you just say you were
I
trying to
always
be
saw
racist and you
probably-
couldn't think
No,
of
I
how to
was trying
do
to
it?
find like I was trying to find
She
like
was
a,
trying
way,
to
a
be racist.
racist way to tell people, so then people who weren't American and don't know why they call it Black
Is that
Friday would
like-
be like, oh, I guess like yeah, that's kind of American. You guys voted for Trump, so apparently like Black Friday is a super racist thing. I was
Right,
gonna try and
is
show
that
The
like-
most
people.
That's the
racist
most
Black
mad
Friday
humble
thing
brag. That
I've
is the
ever
most
seen.
mad humble brag I've ever heard. I'm not racist enough to be racist. That's so
Was-
fucking.
Black
It's not
Friday was
racist,
never
though.
Black Friday was never racist. It was like
No,
it was
but there,
ne-
No,
never
it's-
one of
it's
those
an
there was a
things.
account-
picture though.
However, in
It's an
Chicago,
accounting
recently,
term.
they've been
Like
trying to
that's
like
why I'm
block
so
traffic.
smug about it, because it's an accounting term. Like you're in the black, which means you're in positive money instead of in the red, which is negative money.
I think that may actually be okay. That may the accounting term for black, okay, may actually be the only kind of non-negative term for black that exists.
Are you saying blacks
because
are
it's a
negative?
positive. No, because it's a positive. Almost every other version, like when people say something is dark or black, is negative.
Give an example.
Black and white, where black is normally evil.
Yeah. Black is usually the bad side of things.
You're saying
okay? But that
black people are bad?
no, we're not
Yeah, but
saying
in
that
finance,
at all.
if you're in the red,
We're
it's
saying-
bad,
we're
and if
saying-
you're in the black, it's
I have
good.
not had that many to drink where I'm that fucking stupid right now, okay? But okay.
I'm just giving you shit.
No, I know, but like it actually hit me right there where I'm not sure that it's like black magic and black all these other things, right? I
Like
mean
black
the whole
market.
the dark side of the force. I mean all of
Yeah,
these
but you have
things.
to look at accounting as in text, and black text is good and red is bad.
Oh my God, Axeman Zoloft, are you that guy that keeps asking me that on Twitter? What was your very first console as a kid? Sega, Nintendo, ZX Spectrum, or Atari maybe? Okay, out of your list, Atari would be the one. Okay, however, I had one before that. It was shaped
Coleco?
like no, it was before. It was this big console. It was shaped like a triangle. This is actually something on this show that we've talked about before, where I've actually showed the picture of it. On one side of the triangle, it had a steering wheel and a gear shift. On another side of the triangle, it had a gun coming out of like a holster thing. And on the other side of the triangle, it had these two little things that you would play Pong with. And then in the middle of it, you would like jack down this freaking cartridge that was shaped also like a triangle. And so that I had that pre-Atari. I had that in 1979.
Man, I wasn't
I
even
wish I
born
could
yet.
like
They had
freeze frame
electricity
that and
back
just
then?
like put the Illuminati theme on it. The
They did have
X-Men
aluminum.
They had
did have
aluminum? They had aluminum too?
They had aluminum at that
Was
time.
it in
They
color
had the
or was it in
Illuminati
black
at that
and
time.
white
and
still?
they had
Oh my
electricity at that time.
god. I thought all that stuff was like made when I was a kid.
Yeah. So And I remember that at the end of fifth grade, I brought this into class, and we were playing on it. And if like you were good in class and whatnot, like you got to go like back into this room off of the classroom. And I had it set up in there, and the teacher, this was like at the end of the school year or whatever, had it set up in there on this like old fangled freaking like 32-inch deep TV. And we were playing it back there, and there was a group of us back there, and what we did was, instead of playing that really crappy video game, we popped the triangle shaped cartridge out of the top, and we played Spin the Cartridge. And wherever wherever the specific end of the cartridge landed, that was like who you kissed, because that was like a thing back in my day. Spin the bottle, spin the cartridge, whatever. Spin whatever to get some tongue from a girl.
Spin something with a point.
In heaven.
Was what?
Yeah. So, anyways, okay. So Dirk just like totally
That's
proved that he
another
was totally
game
fucking
of
old, which I've never like pretended that I'm not. But yeah. So what else do we have?
That's
out there?
not old though. That's like legit.
Oh my god,
ancient.
bro, that is
You
so
were probably
old.
born before the
Literally,
internet
at the
existed.
time I was kissing my first girl from playing Spin the Cartridge, you were not born yet. I'm quite sure. I'm
I'm pretty certain of that. Like when I like people, I would have played this game from early on in my life, but I had.
In
to
fact,
get,
if I
I
had
had
just
to
gotten
get
a
old
little
enough.
more active with her, you may have been my child.
Dirk, if you want to think about it like this, Jintan's young enough to date your daughter and not have it be weird with the age
Ooh,
difference.
It would still be fucking
Man.
weird though, wouldn't it? I mean, come on, let's be honest here. It's bad enough
I
when
know,
the
give me
fucking
some
bushy
pictures,
hair
10 out of 10.
fucking diver boyfriend comes by.
Like
I started on that.
had to age up to get my first job so that I could buy a subscription to Eve. I
Wait.
played like
Hold on.
What?
What's the drinking age in England?
14 with a meal.
Wait, what?
14 with a meal. I
With
can
a,
get service
are you saying
charge
with a
like-
meal? Like if you get a
Yeah.
Happy Meal, you get a beer with it or something, or
No.
No,
If
if he goes
you
to
go to a
dinner and he
restaurant-
orders a
if you
beer,
go
he's
to a
allowed to do that at
restaurant-
14.
Yeah.
what? The fuck is
Fucking
wrong with
heck, mate.
America? I was gonna
It's
say.
I went to America and I was like, mate, I've been drinking for 7 years. How the fuck can I not drink in this goddamn country?
Yeah, yeah,
I thought this was the land of the free. But it was cool because people.
Yeah, well, I
people
was
just,
I
like,
was wondering
snuffing
because
the
I
anger
just
and
thought about
vodka.
Rain's statement and I was like, that means you're like 18 or 19, and that's
I'm
even
20.
pushing it. Probably like 17, but it's like, wait.
I don't know, I'm 20, but like when I started playing this game, I was 12, and I just had to change all accounts because I couldn't hold a job. Because
Whoops,
I was
wrong
too
headphones.
young. But and then I ended up getting my first job specifically so that I could get a sub to Eve. At age 14, I worked in a factory 9 hours a week.
Like you went out and you're like, I've got to play this fucking game. I need to get a job.
Yeah.
Good for you. You know what? That's fucking initiative. That ought to be your My Real Eve story or whatever the fuck it is.
I'm employed because
All
of
these
Eve.
other people are like, well, my ship got blown up one day, so I became a pirate and shot other people. You could be
Shut
like, you
up,
know what,
Dirk.
bitch, I got a goddamn job so that I can pay my subscription because fuck alphas.
Dirk.
What? Getting a job is good. That's something that like people should be
The My
prideful
Eve
of.
story thing was super cool.
What was
And
it?
that campaign, so I used Asher's it
Did
was
you get
Void
interviewed for
Scribbler.
that, Ray?
What?
I saw it as a
Did you get
Twitter thing.
interviewed For that? I'm
Yeah, it
pretty
was
sure...
on Twitter. So they
Yeah.
released like just a GIF of him, and then they have like a YouTube, like a minute long YouTube, and they're like, "What's your Eve story?" Use hashtag My Eve story. And there's been a lot of people sharing, and I know this because Siegel is retweeting them like none other.
Yep.
I also tweeted one Dirk McGurk.
You didn't tweet one of fucking mine. I didn't put a goddamn Dirk McGurk's Real Eve story shit out
I
there.
put mine out there. You should go read it, you loser.
I put mine out there. Although it sounded way worse because I didn't have enough characters to say that Dirk replaced it afterwards.
I did interviews with the
That
people
wasn't
that
your
did it.
like original Eve story. You were already deep into
No.
Eve when that
It's
happened.
when I saw the My Eve story, they're like, "Have you ever lost a ship you couldn't afford to replace? Tell your story." And that's what I did. I was like, "Yeah," because when I lost that jump freighter, I had about 4 million or 4 billion in the bank, and that wasn't gonna buy another one. So
I thought
that
it
was.
just- a lot of people were telling the story of what got them hooked into Eve.
Oh
yeah,
no.
yeah, that's what I thought it was
That's
kind of like
that's
based
what I
on.
did. Yeah.
Oh, I just saw the. Did you lose a ship you couldn't afford to replace? So that's what I did. No, just I heard about the game, and then when I finally got a computer that could actually play it, I was like, I'll do it.
But anyways,
So that's not
I
exciting.
do want to I do want to throw it back to like kind of legitimate Ever. I mean, is there a question about whether or not the trade network should be a place that somebody can base their super capital fleet out of? If so, is it only temporary? If they show that they are using it for offensive operations, is that okay? Or does that call into question kind of the neutrality of the trade network?
The real question, does anyone give a fuck?
You know what? And this is one of the things that I told the people at the Trade Network the other day. I am quite certain that PLNC Dot could like literally give a shit that CO2 has their thing there. And please let them undock it and do stuff with it and things like that, right? Because you don't want them to see it. You see them just hide it out there. What I will say about CO2 that very same day after they jumped their shit over there was they came back out and well, first they were in a what Omen Navy issue fleet that got kind of like spanked up a little bit, because there was like a Fortizar that was fucking onlining or whatever in MTECO, and then they turned around and came out in a Macarial fleet that got a little chewed up or whatever, but so they took off with their fucking supers, which probably makes sense in the long run, but came back out and fought. So you got to give them that. Although there was this moment where it was like, come and fight us, and they were sitting on their Keepstar, which made no sense at all. So you're like, okay, what, are we gonna warp down to you on your Keepstar and fight you there? That makes no sense. But they continue to fight, so therefore I continue to give CO2 props. Even though I think it was last week I said that it's dumb because you're getting farmed, but whatever. I know GigX has balls, and
I think more of that is CO2 wanting to farm sympathy effectively in the hopes that they can effectively pull a.
Does that exist in EVE? I've never heard that really. I've never heard somebody becoming like a sympathetic group where other people have gotten behind them. Then
you don't think Brave Newbies got sympathy after PL farmed the shit out of them?
They did, but nobody came to support them to fend off that.
Right? Oh yeah,
they got Space and Fountain, didn't they?
Totally didn't fucking basically run a 24/7 anti-gate camp in head so that they could get their shit out after PL had farmed them for
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's ever sat there and went, wow, I feel like these guys are getting beat down too much. You know what? Screw it. We're jumping in on their side.
No,
you never get that kind of sympathetic
so they're not
sort of defense
sympathy. They're farming hatred for PL. They're farming hatred for NC. You saw the meme warfare on Reddit. You saw people being like, yeah, NC can't do anything without PL. NC are mad cucks. NC just watching PL fuck their friends. That's all designed just to get people to hate the shit out of PL. And it's working fucking great. People want to go and help CO2, and I agree with them. I'd go help CO2 right now if there was a chance.
But are they though? I mean, are they actually coming to help them, or are they just from the back of the stands going, "Yeah, CO2, we're with you.
You can do it." Yeah, that's the thing. They're trying to build that underdog story. It's fucking.
But I do give them credit because most groups out there, especially most groups their size and things like that, probably would have backed down for now. So I do give them credit, even though other members of the Pan fam will sit there and shit on them, for making bad choices or whatever the hell it is. Other ones will sit on the wayside and kind of think, don't worry, this thing will never come after me. CO2 will fight. So in the long run, is it good? I don't know. In the short run, it shows they have balls as far as I'm concerned. I'll do a shot to GigX. Fuck it. Yeah. I owe another shot anyway, so whatever. I'll throw it to GigX.
To GigX.
Fuck GigX.
Not to the judge, though. I saw a picture of him giving a fucking presentation today down at Eve.
I watched it.
At Eve Down Under. What were those shoes he was wearing? Did they even go with his outfit?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the shoes. I was listening to what he was saying.
He can't wear brown work shoes with a fucking, I'm dressed up on stage kind of a look. I
was wondering because he did some picture where he's like I got super sunburnt, and I was like, in England, you don't have sun there.
No, he's in Australia.
He's in Australia.
Australia.
I know now. I know that he's.
Well, he's from Australia, so he shouldn't be complaining about sunlight.
No, don't fuck with me. No, he's not.
He's
He's
like a
Australian.
mad ginger.
He's
like,
Australian. Where the fuck
And
did you
yeah,
think he
and
was
he's
from?
super
I thought he was
white. Like,
English.
we saw him at Vegas.
I
He was
know,
like a
English?
and I
super
thought he had
pale
an
dude.
English accent. He's got a very
Oh my
proper
God.
Australian
He
accent.
also thought some other dude with a fucking ponytail and a beard was Grath. So what do you
I
want?
did, and then I thought someone
Fucking-
else was someone else. Like,
There was a dude wearing a red T-shirt, and he's like Matani.
well, yeah, I mean, that was Jay, but
Terrible. I mean, you
Jesus
really are
Christ.
fucking bad to
Like-
people in Eve.
Like
I
Jay
just-
Amazingness?
no, Jamie. No, I
Oh, Jay McLean.
yeah,
Yeah.
like right
no,
over.
Sorry, was looking at my phone.
We
I
hit
was like,
50,000.
what?
What was the peak that we have hit this week? Did anybody register that?
So today, are you talking about Eve logged in?
Yeah.
There was
Yeah, it
40
was
something thousand.
42K logged in today, and I think 2,600 people watching on Twitch.
Well, how many logged in today?
42,000.
Yeah, but on Sunday, I think we hit something like, what was it, 56,000?
Yeah.
I mean, because I was doing a show with Wiggles earlier on Sunday, and I said, you know what? I don't think that we're going to hit 50,000 today. I was kind of playing kind of the fucking underside of the card on that one. You know, just I know that the hype was there to break 50 and all that kind of stuff, and we ended up doing it. So I mean, you know, I was totally fucking wrong that day. We broke 50 fucking thousand as of as of Sunday. I wasn't sure if it went higher, since then. So it's a lot of fucking people logged in. Okay, you know, right there, at least for right now, because we will measure this on a week. We are like the Nielsen ratings of Eve, right? We'll look at this every week and sit there and go, oh, guess what? You know, they peaked at 50 whatever thousand, you know, on Sunday in November. And then every week thereafter we'll be like, oh, didn't beat last Sunday. Or we did, you know.
Yeah, it was like 51,082 there.
Yeah. So I mean, they have reached what I will call critical mass from. I don't believe that they have fully advertised this, though. I do not believe that they have put out the initiative.
No,
to
we
fully
got
they
on that
deliberately
earlier
haven't.
too.
They're
Is there
waiting
hasn't
for
been like a
the-
big advertising drive yet.
They're waiting for the NP and everything to be completely bug tested by a mass influx that is caused by people who are already interested in Eve and therefore already have some basic understanding of the mechanics.
Which will be interesting, right? Because those of us who are connected to the game that knew this was coming, that have at one moment or another logged in all of the potential accounts that we could as far as alpha type stuff goes, will be sort of like in the past, right? And then when they actually ramp up legitimate advertising, right now the advertising that I know of is related to gaming news stories.
Yeah, like the My Eve story, and then they had like that one trailer
No,
from
I mean
Vegas.
gaming news as in like, legitimate somebody wrote a
okay.
story about this.
Yeah, but yeah, right now their advertisement's really low. But I think they said that they wanted to make sure everything with Ascension was okay before they started pushing advertisement. Because obviously, if they have some major glaring issues, they don't want to advertise that or have people come to the game when those are around.
I think that may have been the smart way to go. I mean, a month and a half or so before this was launched, there was a question about why have they not been pimping this more? Why have they not been pimping this more? And I think it really came down to, well, we want to see if it fucking rolls out well, and then we'll fucking slam down on the actual advertising.
And that's a brilliant way to do it. Look at launches for other big title games like Battlefield.
Yeah, you have a
stuff like
soft
that.
launch and then a hard launch, right?
The launch day servers are always fucked, and you don't want that to be the first impression that people get of Eve when they join in and have socket close every 15 minutes. So the way they're doing it is smart.
Actually, I think that what we actually want are people who are like willing to experience a socket closed and still go on with it. Because look, you millennial Eve players, and we know the alphas are millennial Eve players,
It's
right?
What
one
the fuck are you
socket.
trying to say?
Wait, are you saying like one
We
person?
want them to like know that like if a socket close happens, that's not their time to just give up and like throw up their hands and go, I can't take it.
Has
Safe
there?
space."
Wait. No one quits because of a single socket closed.
Oh, you don't know nowadays.
Like
You don't know- you
everyone's
don't know
experienced a
these new
a
youngins.
disconnect. Like
Oh,
everyone's
Are you
everyone's
seriously
disconnected.
going millennials on this?
Settle down, old man
if
Winter.
you've actually
just
got
kinda-
millennial in it, maybe you should shut the fuck up, mate.
I'm like an old millennial, I guess. I'm about at the top rung of how old you can be and still be considered a millennial, I think.
You're like an old millennial.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
like the old millennials, not the cool edgy ones.
I think Rain is too. Aren't you in the old millennial stage, Rain?
She's younger than I am.
Early 2014. So I don't know. I don't
Wait.
think so.
You were born in 2014?
Oh, you're talking about real.
Like
no,
real
no,
Like
I meant
legit
that.
millennial, yeah.
I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
Aren't
count
you like
millennial.
39?
What the fuck?
I'm 26. I don't think I
I'm
count as
fucking
millennial.
kidding. It's just a joke.
I think
26,
it's
you
like
totally do.
19. It's 90. Like the actual generation thing is like 1985 to 2001, 2002.
Then I fucking called it. I was born in 85. I'm as old as you can get and still be a millennial. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm right on the edge.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Jesus, you guys.
But
Fuck.
Noisy
I
Gamer says the
completely lost my
CCP
train
have
of thought.
safe places for people who suffer socket closed. You know what? They might, like CCP might not have it, but you have to check though, Noisy, because there may be a forum out there where like people can express their feelings over socket closed and things like that.
It's gonna be on
Yeah, it's called
Jamie's
Founding
support group
Challenge
next.
and
Is
Reddit.
people that
I,
are
th-
suffering
I think
from
that will
support
become part of
group
like
closure.
Eve's, not Eve Best of Us, but like Eve
Worst of
us.
Did you just assume his connection status?
Did you just assume my fit?
you just assume whether I'm an alpha or
Oh
omega.
god.
My connection status right now is kind of fucking binary. I don't know. It might it might go in or out, or what is it? Fluid? I mean, I don't
Yeah.
even know what the fucking names of these things are nowadays. But whatever.
You're,
I think I'm
you
fluid right
connection
now.
fluid. You see, the thing is, I go to college.
Fluid
but I
would
go
be
to,
good.
I go to college for like engineering, so I just get like whispers of ancillary bullshit, and it's fucking hilarious every time it hits us.
Did Jin Tan while I was not here? Did he come out with anything kind of like really seriously CSM?
No.
Nah,
Oh yeah, he totally broke the
No.
NDA.
No, I don't mean
No,
like
that-
break the NDA, but more like just like did he throw out there something that was wow, listen to me, you can only get that from a CSM member.
He was telling us how Eve is going to integrate the Dust 514, even though it's disconnected, how it's going to be integrated into Eve Online, and how we're going to be able to dock or like land on planets and then run around in first-person shooters and shoot each other. So instead of fighting over like sovereignty and systems, we're just going to shoot each other in FPS style on Eve.
Do we know if there are dinosaurs on any of the planets that are in Eve?
He
Not
said
No
that.
Man's Sky.
Well, fighters are like pretty dinosaur-like.
Can
Dinosaurs
you?
to
Will
the
they make
degree.
it to where you can land on a planet in Eve and it will load up your Arc client? And then you can.
We'll load up
You
your
could
ARC
just-
client if it's an ARC planet, or the DayZ client if it's zombie infested.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's something.
Well, there must be
That,
zombie
hold
planets
on.
out there.
That's something Eve could jump on the bandwagon. Imagine if the Eve integrated every video game
All those other
in the
video
world into their game. Like, you could be like, oh man, I'm going to travel from Jeddah to Amar. Time
This
to play some
planet's an
FTL.
H1Z1
Oh
zombie
yeah,
planet.
side
You land on
scroller.
a planet and it's like The Sims and you're building houses for like your
Oh my god,
pilot.
that'd be fucking
Instead of
badass.
walking his stations, it's
Oh,
walking
yeah.
in your house.
It's like I'm gonna
You
fly
guys-
this planet over here. This is a fucking
As if
zombie
there's not
planet.
enough
That one
to
over
do
there
with
is a
already.
fucking,
I'm okay
dinosaur
with
planet.
excluding the Sims. I don't want to go into a station and have someone come up to be like, blah, 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 oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh-ho!
Organic Free Max, Dirk, since you're now within the PL inner circle, tell us what you know about Sphere. The only thing that I actually know about Sphere is no matter whether or not I have my IRC shut down, it will still pop up and go, Dirk, what the fuck? Jump in fleet. Like, it literally breaks through everything. So that's all I know about Sphere.
Shots time.
Totally not inner circle.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, we're
my
killing
God.
Jin tonight. That's
By the way,
This has been one of the best things about not
That
being in
would
the
be
fucking
I think
like-
he's
inner
2
circle.
shots past his limit.
that would be like
Yeah.
the funniest NDA breach ever if that was like somehow actually true. That would just be like absolutely hilarious.
I did talk about like how Kafka was a chill person. That's like the only CSM thing I've said so far.
I didn't even see a simulation.
What is up with that? What is up with that shot glass? What does that have on it?
Oh, it's a gun.
Does it have wings?
No, it's like
It's
a
a
gun.
gun.
It's a gun
Oh,
handle that
it's a
goes to
gun.
a gun
okay,
barrel.
I'm sorry. Okay, so so he had his
I
he had his
tweeted a
hands on
fucking
Because
it.
he's
picture of it
taking
to you, you
shots,
replied.
get it?
Whatever,
What
fucking
the
shot.
fuck? How do you not know what it is?
It says what?
It's
It
so
says Texas,
dainty,
but it
though.
said
You
something
need to,
else
like,
on there,
hold
didn't
up
it?
It is
pinky
kind of
finger when
semi.
you're
It's like a
doing it.
little semi. It's like a little British girl's Derringer.
It's a Derringer, yeah.
I don't even know
Yeah,
what
but it's
that
so
is.
dainty when you're holding it. You need to like pinky finger it. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. Very classy.
Get shot for that shit over here.
It's like a British Tea
Not in
Party.
Texas. Texas was pretty chill when I went there. Solid.
That's
Then
right.
again, it
Yeah,
was
that's right. You were
before
down in
then.
Texas. Did you have barbecue when you were there? You were down for a
I
wedding, weren't you?
did. I went to Lone Star.
Well, hold on.
Good time.
I went to Lone Star, like Lone Star Steakhouse, which like they have on every exit ramp, or like
Like
No,
the
like
chain
Lone Star
restaurant Lone Star?
barbecue.
I've never
Um,
heard of Lone Star.
It's like they did me a jacket potato, but they hollowed it out and filled it with brisket.
it's always good. You know, whatever they can stuff with brisket is typically pretty good. in Texas.
Yeah, I was pretty down with that. I also went to a house party. American house parties are fucking lit as fuck, fam.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do they not have house parties?
Describe a Texas house party.
It was
Guns.
like
This,
the most.
this sounds very Trello.
Guns and
but
whiskey.
go ahead.
All right, so it was like I met probably the three most frat motherfuckers I've ever met in my entire life. Had no prior meeting to them before this event, and they were like, "You coming to a Halloween party?" And I was like, "Sure." So as you do, I went as a glam rocker because why not?
Well, because you're
wanted
from
to
the
go as-
fucking UK, so why not?
I originally wanted to go as a. This is the most hilarious thing. I wanted to go as a red coat, like an English red coat and everything.
That would
They
be
totally
the
wouldn't have
best.
understood that in
But
Texas. It would
When
have
I went
gone
to the
right over their
costume
fucking
store,
heads.
they only had large and extra large, and like basically fat ass people's versions of the red coat costume, and I was like, that just tells me everything I need to know.
Well,
So I ended up going in a glam rocker like kind of outfit, and it was pretty sound.
It's like you went as Freddie Mercury.
No, like more like late 90s
Bono?
glam rocker.
Oh,
So it
okay,
was, like
all right.
a bit edgier. Like I had this like.
I just saw you more as like a Freddie Mercury, like I'm here, I'm I'm gonna sing a little bit and then suck some dick.
I mean that is what I look like, but that's just more me in person.
See,
no,
I
was
totally
like-
throw people off so fucking easily with that shit. It's like, god damn.
No, I'm bi, so whatever, it doesn't matter to me.
Exactly. You know, it's like fucking bi, fucking fluid. It's like, whatever. It's like, just fucking roll.
If it's attractive, I'll fuck it,
Exactly.
I thought that was called pan.
Is that
See,
like
that's
apply to
um,
anything?
Pan.
I'm just
bi-
joking.
like a
There's so
really
many.
good-looking
There are
fruit.
so many
Wait, pan.
names for shit that goes all different sorts of ways, and that's what's messed up. And that's why like gays and lesbians sit there and go, we don't know these people.
But no, I went with like this like black fucking jacket with like all the mad gold like stripes down it and shit, and I was just
What part of
What I
Texas
ended
were
up
you in?
doing
You were up
was I
around the
ended up-
Dallas area, weren't you?
yeah. So it's like this massive.
So you would've
flat house.
totally
It's, like,
blended
one
in in
floor.
Austin.
Every house in Texas is like one floor with like everything on it, and I'm like, why? But yeah, I ended up playing. They had a fucking basement that was just dedicated to beer pong. That's how frat these people were.
Fuck
That
yeah,
was, like,
because beer
sound.
pong is literally the second national sport of Texas.
Me and
After
just like
football.
one frat
You didn't
boy
wanna
just
get
declared
involved in
ourselves
football.
the Allied forces, and we're like fighting Mexicans all night. We were just beating Mexicans at beer pong. That's all we did. And then I ended up just
football.
like getting really, really high and playing Smash
We don't talk
Brothers
about
for
beating
like
Mexicans
2
here,
hours,
okay?
and then I don't remember how I got home. That sums up my experience.
That's
with
the
American
line for
House
you is
Parties.
beating Mexicans, Dirk?
I'm just saying we don't talk about that here. I'm not saying we don't beat Mexicans, but we don't talk about it here.
Jesus
We're
Christ,
talking about so
Dirk.
many other things. Like that's the one where it's like,
No,
no.
sometimes you got to draw a fucking line, okay? And I don't feel like having it out with Matterall. But anyways, no, you know what? I'm glad to hear that somebody from the UK came to the United States, went deep into the fucking heart of Texas, and said, you know what? This shit was fucking fly.
oh my God, Jin Tan's calling a shot. Holy shit, he's like,
No, he was pouring a
I'm
shot.
See.
calling it, I'm
Was he
calling it,
calling?
okay?
well,
I
you
think
do
he
it on
was
camera
I
like
think
that.
he
You
was pouring,
like
but he
when
may
you,
have been calling one there. He may have been saying,
Yeah,
you know what?
well-
I want to do a shot.
It is.
Yeah, yeah,
I-
here-
I will do
when
it.
you advertise,
Let's
Jin-
do a
The
shot
former
Texas.
president
after.
of Texas, George W. Bush. I
Jin-
think that's what he was saying.
yeah, Jin, when you
Do a shot
advertise,
Texas.
when you advertise, because like if you put you pre-pour off camera, when you're pouring a shot on camera, that's like a heads up, like look what I'm doing,
I gotta
everyone.
be honest,
You see
when,
this?
When I do flash a Tito's label, that does definitely mean
Yeah.
fucking bitches pump up.
Someone's got to hold Jintan's hair back tonight.
Oh my god, you know, it would be like holding his forehead back. He's like almost
Maybe
clean shaven.
someone needs to hold Suetonius' forehead back, let's be honest.
Poor Suetonia. That poor bastard.
What do you mean?
But anyway,
His beautiful blue eyes makes up for his 5.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so you were gonna throw a shot out there. I'm gonna throw a shot out to a picture I saw today on Twitter. That
that one, yeah.
Well, hold on. Yeah, it was earlier this morning. Okay, it was from Afghanistan. Kale Decadence put out a photo of some guys sitting with him at the table, at the outpost in Afghanistan, and there was a dude there who looked just like fucking CCP guard. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, I did see that one.
I'm throwing a shot out to the fact that not that guy looked like CCP guard, because whatever, like, some people are short and they just look like that guy, but the fact that they need to have a player meet in Kabul, Afghanistan, EVE player meet that CCP guard needs to go to now.
Does he get hazard pay for going there?
Does he get what?
Hazard pay?
Well, fuck yeah, he gets goddamn hazard pay, but whatever, shot.
Shots.
All right, back onto some actual legitimate EVE stuff. What do we got?
I think we covered it. There wasn't a whole lot this week.
No, in the first half hour of this show, you did not cover everything. You could not.
We
Yeah.
we grazed
we talked
over
about
some
my
stuff.
mom. We talked about.
Is
Yeah.
your mom an EVE player now?
Oh,
She
getting
is.
She got stuck
I'm
on the
getting
tutorial for
my
like
my
2
grandma
days.
into EVE Online.
This
You
is
really
the new
did?
thing. This is the new thing, okay? Do not train your underage children how to play EVE, right? Train people who are, it's like, they can really no longer, like, commit to
Train
society
people who no
because
longer
they're
have
old.
like things to do in their life. They're just like drifting aimlessly through existence.
Yeah.
Just train them to play EVE.
That will keep them out of the fucking pensioners' home and shit like that. They will learn how to contribute back to society by getting you, like, what, Arcanor and Bistot, and like, you can even stick them out in some like nullsec region and shit and be like, look, just don't die. Like you can say the same thing to them in EVE as you do in real life, just don't die. Which is harder when it's like a kid, where you're like trying to like grow them up to be like aggressive and whatnot, because they're gonna have to hit that middle age kind of thing. But like old people, you can like throw them out there and like have them mine for you and shit.
I'm gonna find that picture and post it.
I got it.
Oh,
I am coming up with so many ways for
Put it to
fucking
you,
CCP to market this shit. Holy God.
EVE is like probably one of the best games for people who are
We've already got
older.
Care for Kids, right? We've got Care for Kids. What about like Care for Old People? Why don't we do that? Why don't we like
Pension
go
account.
out to like American old people places, okay, and like recruit them into our midst? Maybe that would be like a more solidifying force than like sick young people.
You could just call the Alliance the good old days.
Or Happy Days. We
I
can
had that
we can
warp
be like, hey,
2
you know
ways
what?
uphill
Happy Days.
to get to
Back
and from
in
a
my
fleet.
all right, I put the pic in chat.
Everyone's like, Dirk's headed to the nursing home to recruit.
Can people find a CCP guard?
Like honestly, you know what?
You're
There'd be a lot
probably-
of minors in a nursing home. Okay, there would be some people who'd be willing to PvP though. So just remember that you could add them to your fleet. Those young
You
kids
probably
that
get
you're
people
bringing
who,
up,
like,
they shouldn't
fought
be
in the
minors.
fucking
They should be
World War
total
One.
fucking
You'll
like
be-
balls in PvPers.
You'd be recruiting people who like probably fought in World War II. Just be like, yeah.
Yeah, and they
Just
want to
like
get
World
back
War
in this
II.
shit, right?
That's past
They want to be
70.
like, fuck yeah, back in this shit.
No, that's
Before
like
the Nazis,
that's
how
like people in the
fucking easy,
like people that are 90 or more. Like I know a guy. He's like 78, and he was a young fighter pilot in the Korean War, which was like 10, 20 years after the World War II.
I keep hearing footsteps around here. I know my wife's on her way or like coming or like, whatever.
She's
I'm a little worried about that because I dragged her out of the bar tonight going, this place fucking sucks. Internet's back up.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Lame ass party.
I literally don't even know if cable TV's back up. For all I know, she's like sitting up in the fucking living room being like, internet's back up, but my TV's not on.
When's Man, I'm almost caught up in Vikings. Oh, it's not TV talk
Caught
time
up
yet.
in Vikings. That was like literally way earlier.
I know.
2016.
But it's like I started it late. I'm like, I got like a season and a half to go, which I can definitely. But Vikings season, is it 5 or 6? I think it's 5 coming up. Is in February. I'm excited. But this isn't TV talk time yet, I don't think. Not for another 20, 30 minutes. But, wait, no.
I want to know if PL is going to kill the Keepstar, or if they're going to buy it from CO2.
So Boat was saying earlier that I guess CO2 is trying to sell it. PL has
think-
no interest in buying it. They want to kill
Yeah.
it.
PL wants the first Keepstar kill now, from what I know.
NC Dot might want to buy it.
Yeah, but NC Dot are
Mm.
like mad cucks, so it doesn't matter. They'll just do whatever PL tells them to.
They'll kill it anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swifty, I don't think it's Sunday. I wasn't talking about Sunday. No, I think Vikings is in February, so it's like a few months away.
Exactly. But Drayden doesn't have actual real TV, so he doesn't
Don't-
see it in real time.
Well, no, I have a real TV. It's just not hooked up to TV.
I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. You don't have real time TV. You have a real TV.
I stealth log into my sister's Hulu and Netflix accounts to watch stuff, and that's what I do for TV. Or I find it on like some pirate site.
I was surfing through Netflix last night to see what I wanted to add to my list.
Alright, so it is TV
And-
time. Let's do it.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's not necessarily TV time. It's 10:20. It's only 10:22. But it was like I was surfing through fucking Netflix last night, and I'm like, what do I want to add to my list? I'm looking at stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, this says 2015. Do I want to add that? Do I want to add something that has not been confirmed yet for a second season? So
That's
like
just-
there I
you
am
watch-
like surfing through to find out has it been confirmed, and like the Hollywood Examiner or whatever says yes, season 2 is coming. So I'm like, okay, I'll add this to my list. I'll watch it, knowing that a season 2 is coming. There is nothing worse than fucking watching season 1 of a show to find out canceled, bitches.
Yeah, I've done that.
Have you watched Black Mirror yet? Because you really should. It's really good.
Dude, and apparently
Oh,
it's
Black
not February.
Mirror?
Vikings is
Yeah,
back
yeah.
next week.
Oh, Vikings is back next week.
The
Okay.
30th.
Okay, so it is like late.
No, that's this
year,
Sunday,
early next
isn't
year.
it?
I thought it was going to be January, but okay, cool, yeah.
Oh shit, what did I click?
Vikings is
Everything went away.
badass Shit, I'm gonna be
This
honest.
next
For
Sunday.
fucking History Channel to like be rolling that out, that is like some good stuff. It would be way better. Vikings would be way better on Stars, okay? If it was done
No, because if it was on
Spartacus
Stars,
style?
it wouldn't be on. Yes, it would because.
It would be so much
Oh
better.
yeah, yeah.
Spartacus style on
What was
Stars,
what was
but-
Ragnar's first wife?
I don't know.
I forget her name.
Queen of the I'm gonna kick your asses girl.
Oh my god, like, yeah, yep.
But it would be
I
way better
hate-
if it was on Stars because there would be way much more tits.
I
and blood.
don't
But-
like his second wife, but his
You're
first
implying that
wife.
tits are bad?
Oh
Like,
shit.
come on, fam.
No, I'm not implying at any time that fucking tits are bad. I'm saying that on Stars they would have been amplified way fucking more. All right, but for it
I
being
can
the
only
History
play- I can
Channel,
only
I
pay
am
attention.
totally going with
Oh,
the fact
Lagertha,
that it is
like-
still good.
Lagertha.
Lagertha.
Well, not like I think it's Lagertha. There's an R in there, I
Lagertha.
think.
I
It
don't
sounds
think
like
there's an R.
Lagertha, but when you I don't know. If you look up actual Ragnar history, which it's not real history, it's like a story. It's like a Viking like kind of like tale, but it's Lagertha, I think. But
My wife's all fucking hot for like fucking his son and shit, and I'm just like, oh, stop, please. I can't fucking cut my hair like that, but whatever.
labia, Dan.
Labia.
Labia.
But anyways, yeah, we're totally not getting into that. Let's hear. Last week we talked about pancakes, so we already know that shit's out there. Well, we had the fucking Mike gives free shit out last week.
Mike's a nice dude, though.
Well, he is a nice dude, but it's like, you know what? There's only so many weeks we can talk about fucking nice dudes on this show. You know what I mean? It's like there are other shows out there that really can kind of like amplify nice people in Eve. This is not about nice people. This is not about bad
This is
people.
just the
This is
podcast
just-
about being angry drunk.
It's just about like, fucking like talking about shit. I'm like, is there anything that we can talk about in Eve that is not highly consequential or highly inconsequential? Is there some middle of the road stuff we can talk about and make it sound interesting because we're putting kind of drunk flair to it?
I'm like mad hammered right now, so I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, I know it's hard for you. It's hard because you're low on sleep and you're high on booze. That's fucking cool. Props to fucking Jin Tan. This is why you guys need to re-elect him again next year.
And I'm hammered, mate.
Drayden, can you relink the Japanese thread again so that we can get everyone here and drunk signing it?
Yes.
Huh?
You guys should all sign this just from the standpoint of what you should do is you should find some Japanese characters before your post and just copy and paste them. Because CCP has no idea what those fucking say. For all they know, they say, kill this thread, kill this thread, kill this thread.
I still need
What
to
about the
sign this
Koreans? You want to be
we actually have
the only new market on the planet Earth that CCP could go after at this point, okay, are the North Koreans.
The North Koreans.
Yeah, can you imagine
North Koreans?
They don't have internet, do
That'd
they?
be legit as fuck.
They have
do.
one computer on the internet.
They have one computer on the internet.
sure
It's
that
Kim
guy
Jong Un.
like-
They have like 2
Either
hours.
that or
Please.
delocalization for the Bantu. with
So
the
he
Root
can
2 click
instant
click.
message Dennis Rodman and talk with him. So you guys saw the money. You know that Dennis Rodman went to
What?
North Korea, right? And hung out with Kim
Yeah,
Jong Un.
yeah. Like,
And
Are
he,
you
like-
serious?
You didn't know that?
You know that North Korea has a history museum all about basketball, right?
Yeah. You didn't know that, Dirk? You were
They're
all
like-
in the
they're,
political
like,
stuff.
mad.
Yeah,
Is
Dennis
that why
Rodman.
in the interview they have he's got his personal
Wasn't that like
basketball
2
court?
years ago?
No, it was
No,
like
that
5 or
was- that's
6
like
years ago. It was a
constant.
while
They're like-
ago.
I don't think it
Dennis
was 5 or
Rodman's
6 years ago.
Yeah,
but
you know.
It was
Kim
at least
Jong-un,
3.
Not a bad person. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no, Dennis Rodman went to North Korea and by invite and got to hang out with Kim Jong Un, and like when he came back, Dennis Rodman was like, he was doing an interview on, I don't know if it was Fox News or NBC or something, but like they were talking to him and he was trying to say like, oh, he's not a bad guy. No, it's like it's Kim Jong Un. He's a fucking terrible guy, but like you couldn't take Dennis Rodman serious because it's Dennis Rodman, but
because
he had
he's Dennis fucking Rodman.
he had the money suit on. I'm gonna find a picture of the money suit. He literally had a suit with a bunch of like dollar bills sewn into it, so his suit was just covered in money. It was a money suit.
Oh, speaking of dollar bills, that's actually something I took home as a souvenir.
Oh my god, the money suit was the best.
You brought home a $1 bill. You were, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold that. Just hold that for like 6 months, okay? And literally one bill that it's not even one bill, right? Because you guys don't have a one Elizabeth
We
bill.
have a £1 coin, yeah.
All right. Okay, you have a £1 coin that you'll be able to trade equally for that one Washington green letter.
I also have a 6x4 foot American flag that I was given to take home with me.
There you go, Dirk.
You didn't
Check
get
out
a
that
Texan
link.
flag?
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
money. That's
Nobody
the
gave
money.
you a
The
Texan
money
flag,
suit.
bro?
No, I saw a shitload of Texan flags though. Like, what the fuck is up with Americans and their flags? They're like, hey, don't forget what fucking country you're in. You might walk into Mexico by accident.
No,
This is America.
and that's why I'm saying, because it's like, you were in Texas. I'm surprised nobody gave you a Texan flag. Look, one of the things that you might want to like, oh shit, you know what? You've already been here, so you can't get it. If any of your friends from there can send you a Texan flag, you might want to have the flag that will probably be the, like a legitimate country once again, out of the United States.
The Lone Star.
Exactly.
It's actually a pretty cool flag.
It's the
I'm not
only
gonna
state in
lie.
the nation that was ever its own country at one point and probably will be again.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really trying to get back to America though. America was, like, that's my place. 10 out of 10.
Wow, man. Look at him. That's why he shaves his head like that, people. Because you know what? He's like, fuck yeah, Trump time coming back.
Wow, Jesus. No, I shaved his head because it's easy.
See, now you're gonna have to grow your fucking hair out to prove I'm not right.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sacrifice the fact that I get out of a shower and my hair is already dry by the time my dick's dry, you know?
Yeah. I have to get a haircut. That's how I usually. I like my hair short enough to where it's like get out of the shower and just like Done.
Exactly.
I don't need a
it's so
comb.
simple.
It's getting too
easy.
long now. Now I got like I got this cowlick here. Like it's like it shows up now.
Yeah, like I'm debating going and getting my hair cut, and it's like, half an inch.
You're debating whether or not to go get your fucking haircut.
Dude,
Well,
that's a
yeah.
pretty, like, that's a big
It's-
decision.
Yeah. I got to think about it sometimes.
No, we all do have to fucking think about it, but the guy with the shortest hair on the show is having a debate with himself about whether or not he should like fucking zip down tighter.
Oh wait, it is short. I thought it was just like slicked back, but it's
No,
actually
no,
just
no,
buzzed.
no, no.
Okay,
Except for
Yeah,
Jeremy
yeah,
LeBlanc,
yeah.
who's wearing a
Now
hat
I
because we all know
do.
he's bald on top.
I thought it was like
try
maybe like
and
6
maintain
inches
like
with
a
slicked back.
decent. I try and maintain like a decent buzz cut because that's just how I have my hair.
There's
That's
no
like my
way to
natural
maintain
style.
a decent buzz cut. You just buzz it. Now it's a decent.
You either
buzz
buzz
cut.
it or you do not. Just
No,
be
I get
decent
other
to
people
it.
You're- I
buzz
think
it
you're trying to
because
overcomplicate
I'm,
the
like,
buzz cut.
terrible human being.
Did you see Jeremy's hair? Jeremy, you should take off your hat and pull out your luscious locks of hair.
Why? So you can mock me?
Yes.
Yes.
Fine.
Oh my god, are you bald on top, bro? Seriously,
He's
that's what
losing a
hats
lot
mean.
of hair, but it's really long.
Oh no, that's not bald. That's just a receding hairline.
Hold on,
Yeah,
can
but-
you comb that over Trump style?
Dude, that
No,
thing
you
can
can't
come
see
down
it.
to his
Slick back
eyebrows.
with Brill Cream, 1940s style Brill Cream.
Oh man, he's fucking rolling Brill cream.
Oh shit,
But
the
I
bro
want-
creep.
Can you chew on it yet? Is the longest hair on top? Can you
No,
chew on it?
I try to keep it within the rules.
My hair right now on
Rules.
top
There are
is the
rules
fucking
about
longest
hair.
it's been in like
Where me and
ages.
Paul work, there's rules.
I'm like, God, I'm pushing that 3-inch level up there. But you know what? My hair is so fucking fine. I can't make it full on top. I can't do that kind of like
Rogaine. Get some Rogaine.
No,
bro.
it's not. It's not about Rogaine. It's about whether or not I use fucking product and paste and shit. And I brought some out to Vegas, and it was like I was trying to work it
saying
and
you
shit,
have,
and
like,
all it did,
pube hair,
was
like,
become
levels
like
of density on your
fucking
forehead.
matted. It's terrible. It's terrible. Fucking dirt. It's fucking terrible. I feel like we should do a
You
shot.
gotta put
Yep.
your hat back on.
Okay,
Jeremy.
can
It's
we
so
wait on the
distracting.
shot until I'm like not dying?
Oh,
No.
no, we should
Oh,
do a
can
shot.
I-
Rain,
while
come
you're
on.
dying.
We
Good
all know
God.
you're using drones. You can take a shot and you'll still be doing
I
damage.
Exactly. You're just fucking drones.
If I stand
Don't
up, I'm probably gonna
micromanage
pass out at
drones.
this point, so like,
Yeah, you have
don't
to
be a
micro
bitch,
shooting
Ray.
my drones.
People tend
Well,
to
He's
use
you
like,
got
don't
more,
be a
right?
flying
You
You
Tristan.
have a 40 M3 Bay, right? Just drop another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. We're doing shots.
Who doesn't fly carriers now that have a fucking unlimited drone bay?
Unlimited.
Well, not quite unlimited.
Was it like a
anymore, but-
magic Harry Potter sack that never runs out?
I'm gonna do a shot to Paul Sullivan because he's Canadian and he's up there right now. It's getting colder where he lives. It feels bad, but like he's got what do you
I
have the
actually had to
fucking
put
temperature
logs on
turned
the
up in your
fire
fucking
today.
basement
I
there?
can do a shot to
My
like
temperature
me eventually
is set to
emigrating to the
15
United
degrees.
States and
Wait.
becoming a citizen.
So your trip to Texas, you want to live here now?
Look at this.
I
Look at this.
did, I
The
did.
one
It's
guy,
so
the one
good.
guy who
10
says
out of 10.
Brexit scares me so much that I want to come to Trump City.
You guys pay engineers so much
Actually,
more
Dirk,
than
I'm about to turn the heat
than
up. I'll show you what I use.
Like,
A
seriously,
fucking
though,
log,
Yeah, that's what he's getting.
America is like, oh, you
a
got
maple
educated.
tree
How
wood.
about we like pay you actually good money?
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Fuck yeah, man! Put your goddamn.
The shot yet?
No, because you were
we're waiting on you to either
micromanaging.
die or not die.
I beat.
But now
your
Sullivan's
friggin'
out there stoking the goddamn furnace.
Now we gotta wait for.
Jesus, would you people
Paul.
please get some goddamn publicly supplied heat to your home?
No,
That
I
is
have
publicly
oil
supplied. He
heating,
cuts
but-
down from a
See,
public
this is
forest.
Why America matters because we have publicly supplied heat.
No, he cuts
I
that
have
wood down from a
heating.
public forest, Dirk. It is publicly
Socialized
supplied.
heat.
No, I don't.
Socialized heat. America had it first.
Why not? I would.
Because my in-laws
Shot.
have like
The best wood
200
comes from
acres of
national
bush lot.
forest because no one ever goes there to cut wood down.
You can tell that now that I'm drunk because I'm not coughing when I'm taking shots.
That is how
It's
we
going down.
were able to tell that, Jintan. You know what? Before you were more subdued about what it was you were talking about. You would cough after taking a shot, and now you're just subdued and merely
How
look
drunk
at
are
the
you?
camera.
Like, fuck a guy drunk?
No, hold on. Jin
What?
Tan
Who,
is.
Jintan? Jintan's bi, so it's like,
Yeah,
it's
he-
like
yeah.
is
Have
that
you guys
really
ever
like
We've
a
already
drunk?
determined that he's
is that
already
really like a
fucking
drunk?
guy.
You
Have
gotta
guys
ask him
not
twice, but-
seen Sausage Party.
No, I'm actually
That's-
impressed. I will have to say, Jin Tan was saying he was like 2 or 3 shots and I get drunk, and he's been keeping up with us all night. He's like 9, maybe 10
I give
shots
it to
deep.
Jintan because he posted that picture fucking out there today. And he's like, "Fuck this shit. I'm ready for open comps tonight. I got a fucking bottle and a crazy ass shot glass."
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Like, real talk. I wanted to get drunk with you guys before, but like you had this on a Tuesday, and I was like, I'm not gonna go
It was
into
never.
work
Well,
the next
actually,
day.
I don't want to say it was never on a Tuesday, but it was never on a Tuesday when you were old enough to know about the show. However, it was on a Thursday where if you have to get up in the morning to like go to the job to pay for your fucking Eve subscription, then yeah, it totally got in the way of that.
Yeah, sorry.
But we're
Tuesday,
not there
Thursday,
anymore
sometime.
unless you're one of those fucking poor motherfuckers who works on what we in like the Western world know as the weekend.
Oh, I got asked if I wanted to work on the weekend recently on my job, and I said no, I don't want to.
I'm so sorry for those people who didn't have to work on Fridays, but like now have to work on Saturdays, and we're on Friday nights now because I feel bad. I feel like we let them
Bankers.
down. Like
'Cause-
you know,
Isn't it like some law like banks can't be closed more than 3 days in a row?
that's in the United States.
Well, yeah, here. That's what I'm saying. So
technically,
like they can't be closed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like
in England, they've got like all kinds of fucking like bank days over there, where it's like bitches want to take a fucking day off, bank holiday.
Well,
Bank
yeah, but I
holiday's
mean like
the greatest though, because that's like the whole country just takes a day off. It's like the same with the. Do you know why we get so into the kings and shit, like the royal family? Because every time they do something
'Cause they
super
have
important, we
swords.
get a day off work. They were like, "Oh, the royal family's getting married, day off work." Fucking yeah, boy.
Fuck yeah! Somebody gets married in the royal family, day off. Somebody fucking dies in the royal
Wait, you guys
family,
just get random
day
days off every time the royal family does anything?
Pretty much. Like
How
if they
come that
get
doesn't happen
married,
in Canada? We're
if
still
they
part
like
of the fucking
die.
monarchy.
Yeah,
you
if they
recognize
die-
the monarch.
I swear to God,
You are
any
not part of
president
the.
United States could fucking die tomorrow, and you know what would happen? Fucking Taco Bell would still be open. Fucking
Of course, Taco Bell would. It's
but-
Mexican.
Well, I know Taco Bell would.
Doco
because, you know,
Doco Tel
but-
Doco
but, like,
Tel.
Sorry. Taco Bell would because Trump fucking died, all right? But but like any of these things,
Taco Bell
Pizza
probably
Hut,
have
whatever, they
fucking
would all be
sale on
fucking
it,
open.
Fucking Trump died. Let's be real. They cashed the fuck that check in.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's like, even yesterday, I'm sitting there, I'm talking to my daughter's boyfriend. I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing on fucking Thanksgiving?" And he's like, "Oh, I gotta go pick my grandmother up." I'm like, "Oh, you guys are having dinner?" And he's like, "Oh, no, I'm just picking my grandmother up." I'm like, "Well, when are you guys doing Thanksgiving?" He's like, "On Saturday." What are you doing today? He's like, "We're going to Olive Garden." Fucking Olive Garden was open on Thanksgiving. In the real America, Olive Garden was never open.
Hey, what's wrong with Olive Garden? I fucking love Olive Garden.
Nothing. You know what?
I
Quite
love
honestly,
eating
I'm
at
gonna
that
be
place, and I
honest,
used to
ran out
work
and
there
bought
for like a
shit
year and a
on fucking
half.
Thanksgiving because I was happy that fucking Rajiv and like his friends
Nothing beats
were,
a
like, working
goddamn
that day.
Zuppa Toscana.
Terrible. I know, terrible. All right, back in the day in America, okay, shit was fucking closed down on these holidays. You know why? Because it was like
Back in my day, way to walk uphill 2 ways to get to
shit was
grandma's
closed
house
down.
for Thanksgiving.
I remember. In high school. Okay, my brother and I getting in my fucking Camaro. Okay. And
Okay, that's how we know you're old. You call it a Camaro.
Exactly. I had a fucking Camaro with T-tops. My brother and I getting in my fucking Camaro and driving to the McDonald's on the interstate, which was open because no other McDonald's in the fucking area was open. Only the one on the federal fucking highway was open. And we were like, fuck yeah, thank God for a fucking Big Mac on this day.
Hey, when's Game of Thrones start up again?
Usually
Game of
April or
Thrones is gonna
May.
be
Probably
delayed
April.
for the final season, I believe.
I thought there was 2 more seasons.
Yeah, I
No,
think they.
there's
There's one more, and it's in
No.
the summer. It's in the summer.
Hopefully after
No.
they actually release.
There is
the
not
book,
going to
which will
be
be
there is
way
not going to
fucking better
be
than
2
the
more
movie.
seasons. There is
Fucking
only
Blood
one
Eye.
more season, and it is going to be delayed until I think late spring, early summer, or whatever. That is going to be it.
Now, okay, so
And
we're
then
already in
this
Game of
show
Thrones
is going
talk.
to
Like,
die, because how will we ever live past that?
I don't know, but here's the thing.
Prequel. They've already talked about doing a prequel after this
No,
last
you don't
season.
do a prequel.
Oh my god, they totally fucking shit. If you're gonna do fucking Rogue One for that cheap ass series Star Wars, okay,
Yeah,
then you
Rogue
have
One.
got to do.
Are you
Cheap.
telling me you wouldn't want to see a prequel with the dark?
I'd watch
Targaryen
anything
Game of
dragons
Thrones.
and shit?
Yo,
Come on.
no, I want to see the fucking Roberts Rebellion.
I
That'd
would
be
literally,
sick
I,
as
even
fuck, man.
even though
Yeah,
it's
like the
Samuel
Mad
Tarly,
King
I would
burning
literally watch
everybody,
the
like,
life of
there's
Samuel
like-
Tarly, the show. I don't
You
give
could
a
have
shit.
an entire series on the fucking Mad King, and you could totally, if you were a director or writer of that show, model it on the next 4 years.
But
Yeah.
like, here's the thing: if there's only one more season, Daenerys is on her way, but she's not even to not Middle Earth. Fuck, what is it? Westeros. She's not even to Westeros
You're,
yet. Like,
you're getting your.
She's not even to the
lands
Shire.
Yeah,
mixed
I'm getting the
together.
fantasy mixed up. But anyway, it's like
Fucking Frodo's
it's
coming.
gonna be so action packed that she's like, because it's not just she comes and conquers everything and story's over, which you could definitely pretty much fit into a whole season. She's gonna there's gonna have in 10 episodes, you're gonna have so much shit. She's not even there yet.
Sean Bean's head comes back as a White Walker.
Do we
Oh,
believe?
please,
do
yes.
we believe that Daenerys? Okay?
Like,
Because
he can't actually
obviously-
die. He may have died, but he can't actually die.
Obviously,
Oh,
in
Jerry's
season
loving
1,
that.
Daenerys went naked, right? Obviously, in the latest season, Daenerys went naked, but she
Oh,
went
yeah.
naked only because she burned everybody alive.
She
Do
said
we
it was a
believe that
powerful
Daenerys
scene
is
and not a
gonna go
gratuitous
naked?
scene, and that's why she wanted to do it.
Exactly. Do we
She's
Which
believe
is true.
With
that
her
before
brother.
the end of the show, Daenerys is going to go, "Fuck this shit, I'm naked," one more time?
Yeah, at least
Maybe.
one more time. Because let's be
Actually-
honest, like Game of Thrones uses that great technique where like, let me show you some tits, and now I'm gonna try and explain to you the plot of this game and hope that this actually
But-
gets
And
through
that
your
is what,
fucking
and
skull.
that is what has always
do-
put Game of Thrones behind Spartacus, because
They
Game
need to
of
say
because
Game of
Spartacus
Thrones more
basically
often,
said, you
'cause
know
they only
what,
did that in the
tits
first season.
and blood both are equal.
But
You
here's the
guys
thing:
deserve both.
you have to Game of Thrones. As each season has gone by, the nudity has gone way down. It has. If you look at seasons 1 and
It
2
has,
compared to
because
seasons
they've
5
become
and 6,
respectable.
it's
Game
like
of Thrones has become the establishment.
right.
Game of Thrones,
Season
also
5
the
and 6,
violence of Game of
less
Thrones
than
has
half
gone
the
way
nudity
fuck
that was in the
up.
first couple
like,
seasons.
They've gone, oh, people like the Hound. Ooh, let's fucking show as much of it as humanly possible.
Game of Thrones has become establishment. They've become the norm, right?
Sadly.
Back in the day, they were trying to grab you from the standpoint of, oh shit, this stuff is happening. But I mean, honestly, they've become the norm, the establishment.
I mean, the,
And,
The first few
and-
seasons
and
were
what they need to get
incredibly-
back to is their Spartacus roots of, I'm going to chop a head off and then show a breast.
So basically, you just want gore, nudity, and
Yes,
then just
actually.
keep
Well,
repeating.
Maybe
I-
with,
I-
What about
maybe with a
real
bit
gore?
of language in
What if you just
between,
smash the two together?
fuck that bitch.
That's,
No.
I think,
Like
a
the fact
really
that I'm,
unique
like,
fetish, and
super
it's kind
not
of
into
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm not with that fetish. I actually like to keep my gore and nudity separate. Because
I
the
don't want-
the
I
gore
agree.
is
I
the
wouldn't
gore is
keep
the
it
good
separate
action
as
and the
well.
nudity is one thing. I don't want to see naked people get
I'm just thinking
mutilated.
for efficiency
ever.
for the show.
I don't want when I'm jacking it to then have to like look at a bleeding stump. You know, that's not what I'm into.
No, exactly. And that is where
I don't wanna be like,
directors
oh, yeah,
come
it's in
into
Game of
it,
Thrones.
where they
Fucking
know
really
how
hot
to
chick's
they know
tits.
how to direct an
And now she's
episode.
dead. You know, I'm not into that. No one's into that.
Yeah, well,
No, exactly. They're not, and that's why it cannot be too gratuitous one way without also giving you enough time, like the requisite standard time. If you're one of those people who it's like it takes just a little bit too long to stroke off, then you know what? You're not going to be able to get it in. But they're trying to go for the fat end of the bell curve.
right. Well, Hip Hop just said the reason you don't want to mix up gore and nudity. He said you don't want to see some naked person get killed because then that's the titties you never get to touch. That's what he said. That's his input. So
Not gonna
What?
get in touch with
That's
anyway
why-
on
that's
the
why
TV
the hot
show.
girl-
you don't know that, Rain.
Rubbing the
The girl
titty.
that's
Don't burst my
Asian
bubbles.
Dragon titties. Like, we're not touching these
You,
things.
you don't want to go from I've got a mad boner from this to that
You
chick just
never
got
have-
fucking
I
murdered,
frequently
you know,
try
or
to
that
rub
dude
my
just got
face on the
fucking stabbed
TV.
in the throat.
When there's
My,
tits.
my erection is now not just dead.
That was
I
kind
feel
of the
bad
mess-
for
Definitely
having
a
an
thing.
erection.
That was kind of the messed up year on Game of Thrones, where what's his face from Sand Snake territory or whatever, got fucking is skull
Oberon.
crushed in and shit.
Oberon, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man, that
remember
was
back
bad, man.
remember back when we knew his name? We
You
don't
say that
know
was
his
cute?
name anymore.
Oberon.
Oh, he was-
Oberon's cute.
Oh,
Oberon's
he
fucking
was. I thought you meant
badass,
like,
and, Oberon would
his
bang
skull
shit,
crushing
you
was
know?
cute. I was.
But
Oberon
I,
is like
I am waiting for the fucking sand snake girls to like get out there and be like, oh yeah, I'm totally all in.
I was a little
What's
surprised
that
that.
I don't know
uh
about the actual like plot
Oh,
of
the mountain.
TV show.
Yeah,
because
but what's
I
his
don't
actual
follow
name?
it
He's got a
huge,
name.
But
It's Icelandic.
uh,
Something
Gregor
Clegane?
Clegane.
Yeah, Sir Gregor
Uh,
Clegane, that's the
Gregor-
one.
Clegane.
Gregor.
For some
Not
reason,
his
he's a
actual
zombie now.
Icelandic name.
Oh no, yeah, the
Anyway, isn't it
Icelandic
Van
name. I don't
Berkel?
know.
He's a
We,
creepy ass zombie
we don't
man
actually
now.
care about that just because we play Eve, but
Apparently, Gray321 says Eve needs more tits and blood.
Yeah, well, I totally.
that
agree.
would be one of those things.
I think there's plenty of blood.
We've talked about
Where?
that.
There's no
we,
blood
we
in
talked
Eve.
about that in previous episodes regarding the character creation thing, right? Should some of the women be allowed to have slightly larger breasts? Yes, they should.
Slightly larger.
you want a
Have you
Sims
seen the
creation
max
method
size you can
where
make
you
them? They're
you
like.
can
body.
you can make your girls' tits bigger, but you can't make the dude's bulge bigger. Like,
Right.
No,
why
you
is it
should be able.
standard?
You
Well,
should be able to.
right, but
allow
here's the
that
thing.
as well.
Have
more
you seen the
$20
size-
down
And
in
you
your
should be able
pants.
to
You can-
allow to have large breasts and an enormous penis
You-
at the same time.
Yeah, but I'm
because
just.
nowadays-
At the sa- right, I'm just saying, like,
I
have
didn't
you
realize
seen
he was an area.
in
When did you
Eve-
get into Futa, you know?
in Eve? You can have someone that's like 5 foot tall and have triple E boobs. Like, you don't need to make them slightly larger. You
and
can
that
make them
person should be able
huge.
to dance in a Keepstar.
Real talk though, like the
Oh.
lore of Eve is like
like
hilariously
Keepstar clubs.
dark.
Well, would it be
Is
like?
it hilariously dark?
Would
It's like the fucking Midnight Black. Like
Would-
the lore of Eve is just so dark.
if they
Like,
allowed
people just
dancing in
staging terrorism
stations?
for fun. you
If they
know?
allowed dancing in
That's the level
stations,
that
would
Eve's lore
Gita
is at.
44 become the
Strip club.
would Gita 44 become the Ogrimmar auction house where you just have like night elves dancing?
It might should be, but
In
it
their
Dude,
should
underwear.
also be
444
allowed to
has
be
an
destroyed.
active rapist serial murderer and no one cares about it. That's in the lore.
Wait, it's
Would
in
it,
the
be,
lore?
would it be too crazy if you allowed that,
That's a
but then
thing
like you also
in the
allowed
law.
those stations to be attacked?
There's a raper,
And then somebody
a
smart
raping
bombed
serial
outside
killer
of it.
running around. and
Yeah,
it's in the lore.
there's someone who like actively targets women, who cuts them up and puts them in fucking boxes. That is a part of the Gita 44 lore.
What?
Because it's
What?
But
Okay, I'm gonna have to find-
is it too crazy to allow that? Because like honestly, and I hate to
What?
bring
Someone
real
put that
life
in the
back
lore.
into it.
I'm
I hate to
gonna,
bring real
like,
life
have
back
to look
into
this
it,
up.
but like we do have crazy motherfuckers who show up in front of whether it be abortion clinics or whatever, and blow that shit up. I mean, like, should you bring that kind of reality into the game? Because there may be people out there that sit there and say, fuck that shit. I'm gonna go out there and be a fucking terrorist in front of fucking Jetta 44 because they've got naked strippers.
I mean, like, my character is
Because it will happen
alright.
in Eve. If it happens in real life, it will happen in Eve. Or actually, if it
Didn't they
happens
used to
in
do that
Eve,
every year
it will happen in
With
real
Burn
life.
Cheetah?
Bunjita is not about Gita 44 being a shithole. It's about high-sec pubbies being shitlords.
I feel like
hold
I
on.
feel like a
Put any
1048
Burn
shot is
Cheetah?
too a shot because we're
Oh,
getting
fuck's
really
sake.
fucking
Yeah,
deep. But,
shots.
and we're gonna do
I'm
a
like
shot right at the end.
mad
So
wasted right now.
yeah, whatever. So either fucking
You're
load
not
up
dead.
and drink or don't.
You're not
whatever.
dead.
I'm
You have-
chewing.
But Burn Jita, like basically like everyone thinks like, oh, they do it for like, I don't know, I'm not in the upper echelons,
Burn
dark corners.
Jita is definitely the best fucking culling of fucking Eve shit that has
Oh,
ever
yeah.
happened in this
But
game.
here's the thing. In the back rooms, maybe it is for some market manipulation. I don't know, but that's only on the upper end people. But essentially, what the vast majorities of
They do.
The-
they
the-
do
the C-
fucking rail that shit. There's no
the-
fucking
the
question about it.
CFC
They
or
do
now
know
the
that when
Imperium-
they announce it, that shit's gonna get fucking bought up.
yeah, the CFC or the Imperium. Now, basically, what the mass majority of the membership of that group did Burn Jita for is basically just to go get out of their daily doldrums boredom stuff and just go blow stuff up and not give a fuck. Because here's the thing.
It's fun for a short
It-
period of time.
Right. I
72
do it
hours
for
or
a
whatever
couple
to
days
fucking
and then I
throw
get
that
bored and
shit
I go
into
back to
HiSec.
my nullsec stuff. But the thing is, like, everyone's like, oh, they're doing it for a purpose. Maybe a couple people are, but I know Goblin wrote articles about like, oh, this is how you beat goons because you can be like isk efficient against them. It's like, if you think goons are going in there trying to be isk efficient As like the General Lion Goon, you are sadly mistaken. They are literally going there to lose ships, blowing up stuff, and they know that they're going to come out negative in the wallet. But the fact that they killed 30 billion in freighters and lost like
It is
80
actually-
million
it
themselves
is
in
actually what I
destroyers, they
think
don't
is
give a
one of the-
shit. All they just want to do is blow people up and make the. I mean, that's what they do.
It's actually what I
about-
think is
yeah.
one of the best educational opportunities in the game of Eve ever created, because it tells you, you know what? Your shit can get fucking destroyed at any goddamn time.
Yep.
If you are not
If someone
connected
really wants
to this
to.
game, it can connect. You know, it can get blown up at any time, and that is what makes it fucking great. Now, I would not like to see that shit on a fucking like normal basis. I do not want to see the gates of Jeddah 4-4 turn into goddamn fucking Israel or fucking anything like that in the real world, right? But I do think that from time to time,
Edgy.
people need to be reminded that your shit can get blown up on a fucking systematic basis at any given time. And the work, the effort that went into pulling off something like Jeddah 4-4 is fucking immense. This is not just like a few fucking randos showing up and going, God damn, fucking Jeddah nationalism. I'm going to throw my shit out there. This is like real hardcore.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing: for the General Line member, it's super easy. You just join a fleet. They like. I always supplied my own ships because I'm like, okay, we're gonna be doing like you get your catalyst and you put like the shitty like Tech 1 fits on it and stuff. But for the vast majority of goons, they would actually like Minilove would go and buy all these ships for like. So you just be like, hey, I'm in fleet, I need a ship, and they just give you one. So like you're not even negative ISK, like the group is buying it for you. So it's like you basically fly a free ship, but even if you're not flying a free ship, it's like 2 million out of your pocket each one. And you just join fleet and they tell you what to do. You blow up a freighter, you die, and you warp out, you wait out your timer, you come back and do the same thing.
And you laugh
The
at someone
organization level, like the people at the top that are actually organizing this, the organization is massive. Like the fact that they can do like I hats off to those people that do that stuff because it
Burn
is so
Jeddah
far
could
above
not-
and beyond
Burn
just
Jeddah
a
could
general
not
fleet
happen
organization.
without what you were talking about there, Drayden. All right, the organization. It could not fucking happen ever in Eve. And that is one of the things I love about Eve. There are people out there that can fucking coordinate people. They can bring them together. It is fucking outstanding. It is something that I hope we never lose in this fucking
Yeah.
game.
It's a lot of fucking work for a few people and really easy and fun for a lot of people. And that kind of a mixture
It's
is
easy
really
to press
cool.
F1. It really is.
It's really yeah,
Warp
it's like
2,
the vast
press
majority of people
F1.
have fun because it's so easy to get into, and the few people that it takes a lot of work for generally enjoy what they're doing because like it takes a lot of work and effort and organization, all this other stuff. But that's what they enjoy. Like that's the fun they have is organizing these massive hordes of people to do something coordinated, and so they have fun doing that, and then everyone else just has fun joining fleet, sitting on a gate, waiting till the guy says F1, and you push F1, you blow it up, and you die, and you go do the same thing. So it's like everyone has fun, but for different reasons.
What's our tape delay on this show? Are we like, are we literally on like a 10-minute tape delay?
No, it should be about when
I know.
it's like 10 seconds, 20
I'm,
seconds tops.
I'm looking at the fucking comments out there and going, holy shit, they totally put the Open Com show on like a 5-minute tape delay.
I mean, I just
No,
For those
the-
people who don't know what
Some
tape
people
is,
just
Renegades
comment
all
like,
on
well,
that.
the thing is
It's
like
pretty bad.
it depends. I mean, if someone's in the U.S., they might have a less of a delay than someone that's in Zimbabwe. I mean, I don't know.
we need a Zimbabwean
Zimbabwe.
client.
It's a country, Paul.
I'm
They
aware.
speak
Really,
Swahili.
Paul? Really?
No, they
Paul?
speak
You're racist.
Zimbabwe.
The other thing that
Fuck
Berngita
me,
does
right?
is it reminds high-sec players that there's something outside of high-sec
Yeah,
that's influencing what
maybe.
they're doing.
Wait, are we still
I
talking
know
about the Burn Jita thing?
From being a high-sec
Probably.
player in the past that you'd fly around and you not realize that there's this whole political spectrum and all these other powers out there that are influencing your day-to-day activities until Burn Jita happens and you fly in and get fucking ganked.
Absolutely. High Sec should totally notice the fact that, you know what? The null sec powers have influence. until they don't. And that is one of the, like, for all these fucking lorists that are out there, they never talk about the supreme power of the factions that exist in this game. They are totally significant. They are totally able to blight out the shit that all of you think is important out in Nullsec. That is how fucking powerful they are.
It's gonna be the most obvious statement ever. They have power till they don't.
No, not that they have power until they don't. They have supreme motherfucking power. They just don't extend it outwards to the extent that they can.
I think Jin Tan's a little too drunk.
We got him! We got him!
Jin Tan is
All over the
literally
place.
gonna
Look at
shave
him.
his motherfucking head tonight.
5
My mother is,
minutes.
like,
Shave it,
messaging me.
bitch.
This is what I was waiting for. The whole show, he was keeping up. I'm like, we can't do it. My goal was to fuck Jintan up, but 5 minutes before the end of the show, he is trashed.
The effects are
Top
landing.
success.
That was a good time.
Ah.
Rhodesia is not Zimbabwe.
Gates are green all the way home.
Jin-
Success.
I'm perfectly.
You know what,
fine.
drunken idiot?
I'm-
Yes!
I'm,
Okay,
I'm
you're
100%
good.
conscious. I don't
Now,
know what you're
Jintan,
talking
before you
about.
go to sleep tonight, drink a lot of water.
Yeah. I drink 2 glasses.
And
of
bring
water
a
before I
bucket.
go to bed.
I made
Drink
it
Would
four.
you
like,
rather
Jin,
would
need
you
to
rather
eat
have
before you do
barbecue
this.
for breakfast or like, you know, pigs in a blanket?
I ate
Sausage
mince
and
pies before this, so
I'm
Yeah.
gonna probably order Domino's after this stream, and then I'll probably eat
Yeah,
pizza
no more
for
cooking
breakfast.
for you.
who pre-orders food, Drayden? Why do you?
I'm not pre-ordering food. I'm ordering food
Whatever
because
that
I'll.
means.
I'm sorry. Who post orders food? You either pre-fucking order because you
Nope.
know you're on a motherfucking show.
Didn't have
literally
time.
every Friday night.
Did- Let me tell you the whole like here is the
Where's your
dilemma
meatball
I
sub?
had. I did not have time because I was like, it was 5:0. It was not 5:10, but 5:10, which was 50 minutes before the start of the show, and I was like, I don't have my vodka because I left it at my brother's house because I went over there for Thanksgiving last night, and I left it there in his freezer. And I'm like, I need to leave now because if the liquor store is not open today, I need to drive to his house and back, and he's like a 20-minute drive from where I live. And so I would get back barely in time before the show. And so I left, but the liquor store was open, so I got that and came back. But I was like, at
I
that
got
point,
people
I
out
had
there
no
calling
time
me
for
out right
food.
now on
I had no
fucking
time
lore.
to get food
And it's
ready.
like- and it's like, I'm sorry, you're listening to the wrong show if you want lore. Okay. This-
I have
we
food
got
to
Jin
cook,
Tan.
but
This
I
is
don't.
totally-
I don't
Lore
trust
is about
myself on a
fucking
stove
vodka
after
in
this
this
show
this
anymore. So having food like I can make spaghetti, I have steaks, but I don't trust myself
I
anything
want to
anywhere
admit
near
my own
fire right
failure
now. So I'm
tonight.
gonna
I want
order
to admit
food.
my own failure. I
Well, you
do
don't-
not have a fucking pre-made fucking meal that I normally have after this show ready for
Yeah,
me.
where's your
The
meatball sub?
meatball sub.
I don't.
There's
do not
nothing
have
open
a
around me that has
fucking
meatball
sub, okay?
subs.
We haven't gotten to see you deep throat anything in a while.
Literally
Although-
at
I'm
this
gonna be
time,
honest.
well,
I'm gonna be honest. When I was eating the fucking black and blue bacon cheeseburger that I was having tonight, I sat there and said, "Need to save a little in case." And I swear to God, when I pushed it aside, that's when my daughter emailed me and she goes, "Internet is back on." So right now I have half of a bacon cheeseburger with blue cheese on it, waiting for me.
I still
and
can't
am
believe you
told
ran
I
home.
am gonna
I have a
rape
whole
that
thing of
shit like a
chocolate.
goddamn fucking pause full of super caps. See how I turned it back to Eve? Do you see how I turned it back?
no, I missed it.
Eve?
I
Can you
have someone in local
repeat it? I
saying
missed
they
it.
I have someone in local saying they have an Atana and they won't let me sit in it, and I'm really upset.
Well, it's an
What
Atana.
local are you rolling in where somebody's like, "Hey, by the way, I have an Atana"?
No,
I'm an
Blue
Almond.
Melon, right?
No, it's not Blue Melon.
Oh, you're
It's
in
not-
Amamaki? Okay.
She like
So
these.
literally-
Someone from Denise
Literally
Jones.
17 people.
she
could
gets
log
the
on
privilege.
right now and be like, I have I have a fucking Atana.
She gets the privilege. There's people like
Who's the
she'll,
Ministry of
people like let her
Football
sit in
Cabinet?
there like
in the town.
Raven
like, a lot of people
state
have
issues,
Atanas.
like
I haven't
state.
gotten a Raven state issue.
Same
I
with
thought Blue
Bobby
Melon let
Ashley.
you get in that one.
No, I keep trying, but he says no.
Well, people have let like, you've sat in a Revenant, right?
Paul Sullivan.
I haven't sat in a
Huh?
I can't fly a Revenant.
Oh,
George Canadian.
I've sat in a lot of
What?
AT ships though.
yeah, AT ships. I've never
My
sat
man
in one
Eve
because they know I'd
Desmos
steal
just
it.
totally
I would
fucking
definitely
racked up
steal that
on-
shit.
Drayden,
What?
hold time. Okay.
How do I pause time?
No, You just fucking pause time, okay? Like fucking Idaho time.
All right.
Drunk Canadian. My
What?
man Eve Best of Us, fucking, McLean, okay, totally bought up the Division half price during the fucking Christmas sale.
Are you saying that we should be playing the Division?
No,
There's a
I'm not
Steam
saying
sale
that we
going
should
on,
be
too.
playing the Division until it's 11 o'clock p.m. We're gonna do some fucking Division, okay? Because I have got this fucking. I just got through watching on TNT. I'm sorry, not on TNT. On fucking Netflix. What was it? Contagion? Not Contagion. Anyways, this show about like fucking Atlanta where they locked down that bitch because of like
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Real Housewives of Atlanta. No, my wife watches that.
Vernon,
Anyways,
thanks for following.
But that guy just bought the game. We are going to play that fucking game because both of us, I think, need to shoot some fucking like zombie motherfuckers as well as people who dress up like, what the fuck? What's going on here? There's a goddamn contagion going on. Need to shoot you.
Talking about the reverse fireman?
Yeah, those guys.
First fireman.
Yeah. The dudes in the Division that spray fire on everything. Reverse
I
fire.
love the fucking
that
Division.
game.
I love it from a fucking concept. I love it from a fucking video game standpoint. It is time to get back involved with that once again, yet not 2 hours ago when we were talking about Eve.
I don't think Division is a tonight thing, though.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying. People that play Eve should also want to kill people who want to fuck up New York City in a way that it's not already fucked up like. But I am going to pour. I'm going to pour a shot.
One more shot,
Oh,
boys.
We should all do a shot.
Oh god.
People in chat were okay. Hold on, I'm gonna read that. I got like people are saying, "Oh God, Jin, hang in there. You got this." Like, should we
Dude,
co-
Jen's a
Wow,
champ,
this shot
like,
feels more like higher.
another
than
shot
normal.
for Jin?
Jintan, I'm going to throw it up to you. I'm giving you the Nigel Farage Award from the Open Com
Nigel?
Show. You get the Nigel Farage Award for like hanging out, sticking it through, and recognizing that you too will be able to exit all of this. You
One
are
day.
our Brexit brother tonight. And that means brother exit Brexit.
my
It
keyboard.
doesn't mean
and-
it doesn't
and
mean that
desk
you're
is
like,
just
you know,
full of
need to
vodka
offend
right
all
now.
those people in Scotland who don't know how to vote for freedom.
I'll drink to that, friend.
Shots up.
All right. We're at 8 o'clock or 11 for Dirk.
It is 11
Okay.
o'clock. I believe you go on. Oh, that shot totally went into one of my lungs.
There is nothing like being mad drunk at 4:15 a.m. in the morning.
Holy shit.
But
That is like the epitome of
net,
being drunk.
oh my god, who's recording tonight? Rain. Here's what we're gonna do.
No.
Rain, are you ready? Are you ready to punch
Yeah.
a button?
Are we
Because
doing
I swear
later,
to God,
bitches?
as somebody who normally handles the recordings of this show, we never have a fucking end. Even when we cut over to like, you know, one of our brothers who are gonna handle this show, like this show is a bit of a nationalist show, is it not? Not white nationalist or Amar nationalist or whatever those fucking like Pope wearing hat apostle things are. Alright? But what we need to do is be able to cut over by saying, you know what? Thank you for fucking listening. God damn. You
It's
people who
Thanksgiving.
listened live.
We are thankful for all of our
Thanksgiving,
viewers and
Black Friday,
commentators
Thanksgiving.
and people just chatting. That's what you're saying, Dirk. That's what you're saying.
I
You're
am.
just really drunk.
I am. And I am saying that, you know what? We should all be saying later, bitches.
Later, bitches.
Later, bitches.
Later, bitches.
Thanks, Drunk Canadian, for not being able to say bitches.
Later, nerds.
Poor Drayden had to go to the bathroom. Anyways,
Alright,
we're at
alright.
Fuck me,
Talk to you next
dude.
week. Later.
I tell you what, this is the most hammered I've been on a podcast in a long time.
What about
You know, those fucking Astarothi podcasts can get pretty fucked up.
The problem is you guys made me laugh whilst I was drinking a shot, so now I've got Brennivant all over my keyboard.
Oh my god,
Like,
dude!
it is
I literally have
fucking
fucking vodka
sweating.
down like my right lung. I can feel it on the right side of my body.
I'm like about one shot away from passing out, mate. I am fucked up.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I was
we're done
yeah.
recording, but we're still streaming.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay, yeah. All right.
realized
Well,
this
I never
was
gotta say
thing.
later, bitches. Did we do a shot with the later bitches?
Before that, yeah.
Well, shit.
I'm like, I was legitimately for a half that podcast trying to figure out how to subscribe to this channel with my free Amazon Prime subscription.
Are we still streaming, Drayden?
Yeah, hold
It
on.
took
Later
me, like-
bitches, and then I'll cut it.
I'm like looking at that